Finals. With a win, the Knicks would move one step away from their first NBA championship in 53 years. They are about to take the floor. The Garden crowd is about to explode. We'll take one more break. When we come back, Monica McNutt will join me and set the stage for this pivotal game number 4. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, New York basketball fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $19.99 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Switch today for savings you can count on. Call 1-800-VERIZON or visit a Verizon store today to learn more. Limited time offer for new Fios internet and mobile customers. Discount applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden on the Knicks pregame show, brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. The Knicks and the Spurs both on the floor. This place is ready to go for game number 4. Pat O'Keefe joined now by Monica McNutt, who will be on the call once again with Tyler Murray. All right, Monica, we've had a couple of days to digest game 3 and talk about adjustments. It is now the Knicks' turn to adjust from their first loss in about a month and a half. What is the one thing that the Knicks need to do tonight to get back on track?
Punch first, play with physicality and aggressiveness. And I know, Pat, and you and I, everybody knows, the big story was the non-flagrant call on Victor Wembanyama for slamming Jalen Brunson to the ground, and I get it. But I think the idea of retaliation has become a distraction. You don't need to retaliate if you're already playing aggressive in that ballgame, because it would have come naturally in the flow of the game. And so I think tonight, the Knicks, as we saw in games 1 and 2, have to be the team that is applying the pressure, or at least have to be willing to meet pressure. Now, if we get strength on strength in terms of both of these teams giving it their best shot, their most sound defense, their most physical defense, then go for it. Let's see what that looks like. But I think the one thing that I would say to encapsulate the performance of the Knicks, and yeah, there are things to highlight in terms of the flow of the half-court offense, the turnovers, the communication on defense, but the thought is that they have to be playing downhill and aggressive basketball on both sides of the floor.
Speaking of Victor Wembanyama, it seemed like fatigue could have been a factor late in games 1 and 2. He seemed pretty fresh in game number 3. Now, they had 2 days off between games 2 and 3. Fast forward to tonight, just 1 day off yesterday. Could that be a factor in him not being quite as fresh?
We sure going to see. I think arguably that cadence proved to be a challenge in the Western Conference Finals outside of games 6 and 7, where the Spurs were able to dig deep and find something to get both of those victories. But this is the last opportunity the Knicks will have to have 1 day off between these 2 games. Now, granted, moving forward, you will be traveling on one of those days, but if the 2-day cadence allows Victor Wembanyama to be his best form, that only adds urgency to this moment for the New York Knicks.
Game 3, the Knicks had 18 assists, and it was their first time in the last 14 games they didn't have at least 20 assists. And just watching it, it seemed like the offense was not as free-flowing. What can they do to adjust and get that back to where it was tonight?
I do think of all the ideas I've heard, there's major legitimacy to having someone else bring the ball up the floor, particularly the person that may be roaming or guarding Victor Wembanyama. But I also think, as much as folks will pinpoint, and rightfully so many people are astute and can look at tape and see things. The thing to me is also this team playing defense, because their formula to get easy baskets is to get those opportunities off of turnovers. They were averaging just about 15 points off of turnovers in the first 2 games. In Game 3, they had 7 and gave up 21. Like, that swing just won't be a formula for success ever, especially in a finals game. So I think that Jalen Brunson, the rest of the New York Knicks, they have to execute so that they can move this defense around and give themselves a chance to find holes. We saw in Game 3 the Spurs were quite content to guard man-on-man or just switch straight up because the offense didn't get to its second, third, or even fourth option to really test the defense.
Karl Anthony Towns, as good as he's been during the playoffs and in the first 2 games of these finals, you are obviously well aware of the stat that he hasn't scored in the fourth quarter yet in this series. How can the Knicks get Cat more involved, especially late in these games?
I think that's a little overblown for me, Pat, because the context on that is he usually, outside of the last time that this team played here, had been a force in the first 3 quarters. And I think that is why you play a team ball game. You might not get a guy going all 4 quarters, but he set the table so that in Game 1 it was Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby that were able to take over. Game 2, we'll give it to Jalen Brunson as well. I'm not really tripping over that particular stat. Now, I will say, if Cat gets it going here in the fourth, there's no reason to go away from the well. If he gets it going in the first 3 quarters, in the fourth, there's no reason to go away from the well. But I think that stat is cuter than it is actually important.
All right, Monica, as big a game as the Knicks have played all season long and in years, in fact. So let's get to your keys to tonight's game number 4.
The first one is, in fact, those turnovers, Pat, that we mentioned, because those were just gifts to this young, feisty, and hungry Spurs defense. The Knicks cannot turn the basketball over at a high level, and they need to turn the Spurs over at a higher level to get some of those easy baskets that open up this offense and get the entire team energized. The second one is going to be communicating on defense. The defensive performance in Game 3 was subpar. I don't know how to say it. I understand Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper pose real problems. I get the Victor Wembanyama thing, and I'm not saying you're going to hold this team to 60 points or under 100, which could be realistic, but there's got to be more effort, first, second, third efforts and communication than what we saw in Game 3. So defensive communication is my second key. The last key for me, Pat, is going to be avoiding critical droughts. The way this team started the third quarter in Game 3, that's 7 minutes, 4 turnovers, inefficient scoring. Like, we can look back at it now, and even though they were in it with opportunity to steal the game with under 3 to go, that pretty much was your time of death, right? Like, that was the moment that they let go of the rope. And so I think avoiding critical droughts. Basketball is a game of runs, and so I'm fine with the run, but you can't create a drought by passing the ball out of bounds to the opponent, just being stupid and playing basketball that is below the level that we've seen over the course of this postseason. Turnovers, limiting them and forcing the Spurs into them. Defensive communication, I want to see the aggressiveness on that side of the basketball. And then that last key for me, Pat, I just had a brain freeze.
Avoid those critical
droughts. Yes, avoid those critical droughts. I'm like looking at everybody on the floor.
There was a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. But I'm excited.
Have a great call.
Thanks, Pat.
All right, there's Monica. She and Tyler coming up momentarily. It is time for game number 4 of the NBA Finals between the Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs. The Knicks lead the series 2-1, as big a game as it gets here at the world's most famous arena. That'll do it for New York Knicks game night. I'll be back with you at halftime, joined by Wally Zerbiak to break down the first half. Enjoy the game, everyone. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This has been Amazon Hub Delivery New York Knicks game night. New York Knicks basketball is coming right up.
It's the playoffs. Knicks fans, get in on all the postseason action with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and make every matchup mean more than ever with the best daily promotions in the business. Plus, enjoy thousands of casino games with BetMGM Casino in New Jersey. Download today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
It's always sunny with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Sun Cruiser's meant for kicking back with friends. Easy drinking, no guilt, just good times. Refreshing, goes down smooth, and at only 100 calories, Sun Cruiser lets you enjoy the ride. Available in single cans and packs. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
Sun Cruiser Beverage Company, Boston, Mass. All nutritional information based on 12-ounce serving. Please drink responsibly.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
And San Antonio is alive and well in the NBA Finals. And the Spurs hand the Knicks just their third loss of the entire postseason.
New York Knicks basketball is on the air.
They're a great team. They're well coached. They got an iconic player, you know. It's not going to be easy.
The New York Knicks. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Win, we learn. Lose, we learn. We understand what we have to do to be better.
Knicks basketball starts right now. Live from Madison Square Garden for the NBA Finals, the Knicks versus the Spurs. It's Game 4. Now here's Monica McNutt, and with the play-by-play, here's Tyler Murray on the MSG Radio Network.
Coming off their first loss in 47 days, the previously unbeatable New York Knicks finally showed signs of mortality in Game 3 on Monday. And Knicks fans found out the distance in vibes between up 2-0 and up 2-1 is as long as the distance 2,000 miles between New York and San Antonio. So tonight, it's Game 4 on a Wednesday night at the world's most famous arena. Not a must-win, not a can't-lose, but a gotta-have-it Game 4 before the series shifts to San Antonio this weekend. Glad you're with us, everybody. Welcome back to New York City for Game 4 of the NBA Finals between the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs. A win gives the Knicks a commanding 3-1 series lead, but a loss, well, that notched things up 2 games apiece. As the home team is winless across the first 3 games in this series, I think most fans could agree that right now you would rather be the Knicks, but all it takes is one more loss to change that calculus immediately, with San Antonio getting 2 of the final 3 games potentially, if necessary, in this series at home in the Lone Star State. Alongside Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. Our all-star crew on Radio Row features Pat O'Keefe, pre-post, and halftime. Tyler Freed, our statistician. Gary Jeffries, our engineer. And Ray Santiago, our producer. Perhaps an even more star-studded crowd here than what we saw on Monday. We've got Taylor Swift in the building. Surely Timothy Chalamet and Ben Stiller will attend. Even rumors of Rihanna in the house and a Wu-Tang Clan reunion of sorts at halftime. Monica McNutt, besides all that pomp and circumstance, what's got you most geared up for this game? What are you keeping your eyes on from opening tip as the Knicks look to bounce back after a rare defeat on Monday?
How the Knicks start this basketball game. All the talk about retaliation, protecting your star. You protect your star by playing aggressive, getting downhill, putting pressure on this San Antonio Spurs defense and getting out of here with a 3-1 lead. It's that simple. Now, simple should not be confused with easy.
We are set to go for Game 4 as the Knicks look to bring a 3-1 lead to San Antonio. Saturday is when we've got Game 5. They should feel confident with their ability to continue winning away from home, with as well as Knicks fans have been traveling, but it would feel awfully good if they can go there with a series advantage. bulletin board material on both sides for both of these teams and fan bases. We'll focus on what the Spurs have provided for the bulletin. You've got Stefan Castle, their very proud and confident second-year reigning Rookie of the Year, saying he fully expects the Spurs to win these next 3 games. There's a Twitter account called Old Takes Exposed, and they have ruled that that is not eligible for a guarantee. You can say expect to win because that's simply confidence. So not a guarantee from Stefan Castle, but the way he played down the stretch in Game 3 and with his 18 first-half points in that game, you have to appreciate his confidence. But the Knicks with a 2-1 series lead as we get ready for Game 4.
Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. And welcome to Game 4 of the 2026 NBA Finals presented by Lexus. Tonight's matchup features the San Antonio Spurs and your Eastern Conference champion, New York Knicks. During 2026, the NBA, Madison Square Garden, and the New York Knicks proudly celebrate America's 250th birthday. Through service and volunteerism, we honor the spirit, resilience, and unity that have shaped our nation for 2.5 centuries. And now, if you're able, please rise, remove your caps here to present our nation's colors. Welcome the Fire Department of New York. And now, here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter and actor known for his work on Broadway as the Scarecrow and the Wiz, Avery Wilson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Avery Wilson.
Set to go for Game 4, Knicks and Spurs. Of course, in the regular season, the Knicks won 2 out of 3 games, including the NBA Cup Championship. And so far, no matter how we've arrived at this point, they have won 2 out of 3 to begin this NBA Finals. Let's bring you the officials, presented by Dime Community Bank. It is Zach Zarba, James Williams, and Courtney Kirkland. That's the officiating crew presented by Dime Community Bank. Dime Community Bank's new branch is now open at Madison and 37th Street, right in the heart of Manhattan. Visit dime.com to learn more. Dime, we've got your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Starting lineups first for the visiting San Antonio Spurs. They still don't have Dylan Harper starting, but he's been outplaying Julian Champagnie and some might say De'Aaron Fox. He's been getting almost as many minutes as a starter, though. Harper with 32 off the bench, although his three-point shot hasn't quite shown up in this finals. He was 1 of 8 from 3 on Monday. That's just their 6th man. How about the actual starting 5? De'Aaron Fox and Stefan Castle in the backcourt, Julian Champagnie and Devin Vassell on the wings, and Victor Wembanyama in the middle. Notes on Vassell. His trend of plus-minus success continues to dictate how the Spurs do. When he's anything other than a minus, the Spurs are 13-3, including his plus 11 in Game 3. But in that win, he only took 4 shots. That is a playoff low for Vassell, but he made him count. He was 3 of 4, all from downtown. Stephon Castle did not score in the second half until the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. He hit that seemingly desperation 3 at the end of the shot clock that made it a 7-point game late. And then he had the clutch free throws when the Knicks were back within 2. He made them both, and that essentially sealed the game in the final seconds. Victor Wembanyama, meanwhile, seems to get better as the series goes along. He had 26 points in Game 1, 29 in Game 2, and then 32 in the lone Spurs win thus far in Game 3. Some people think it may be because of the fact that that was the first time he had 2 days off since the start of the conference finals. We will find out how it looks on one-day rest very quickly. There's a theory out there from Tim Bontemps of ESPN.com. He says that you can tell whether or not Wemby's going to have a great game within the first 30 seconds after opening tip. And we saw him get to the rim, throw down a couple of easy dunks to start things off on Monday. That's something that this will obviously try to avoid here tonight. As for New York starting 5, it is Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, and Karl Anthony Towns. Brunson, another 30-point playoff game with the Knicks. He's done that in his career now 32 times, including 3 with Dallas, although he did have 5 turnovers, and it took him 25 shots to get to 32. But he put up 12 in the fourth quarter, hit a couple of big threes to hopefully get that trend corrected. He was in an 8 for 39 slump from beyond the arc, but he's made 3 of his last 5. Karl Anthony Towns, second lowest totals in both points and rebounds in Game 3. 11 points and 8 boards. And the only other game when he had less was because of foul trouble in that sweep of Philadelphia in round 2. We have seen some major bounce-back games from Karl Anthony Towns throughout the regular season and to the postseason. And whenever Draymond Green is in the building, whether it's a game against the Warriors or if Draymond Green is piggybacking on the shoulders of Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal, Karl Anthony Towns plays with a little extra ferocity. We'll see if we get that this evening. Now time for the opening tip, brought to you by Rings End. Rings End is the largest retailer of Marvin windows and doors in the Northeast. A note on Mikal Bridges, even though he only had 2 points in a game that did not really have any Bridges rhythm because of his 2 early fouls, he still wound up with a team-high plus 11 because of his defensive impact. Monica,
don't do that.
How important to you is plus minus?
You know what I said today? We had a great interview, and I had an opportunity to talk about our partnership in the finals and how your numbers, in my eyes, balance.
Right.
Because that plus minus is some crap.
Right.
But it's a great number, and I don't buy it. So there you go. We balance each other. Let's go finals, Game 4.
What interview is this?
It's with Vibe Check. Soon come. I'll share with you when it drops.
Very exciting. Well, let's check your vibes. How are you feeling heading into Game 4?
I'm excited. I mean, listen, guys. The last time the Knicks lost, they just rattled off 13 straight. Like, I think this team knows how to respond to adversity. And quite honestly, I think it's very healthy. You and I have talked, our producer Ray, our statistician Tyler, everybody I've talked to, I said, I think the sweeps are done. This is the finals, and rightfully so. But is the sky falling? No. The Knicks lost by 4 points, and there are a lot of self-inflicted errors that contributed to that loss. Now, will this be easy? I think not. But nothing easy is worth having, and I believe Jalen Brunson when he says this team learns through both wins and losses, and they relish, he didn't say this, I'm adding this, but they relish the opportunity to go out here and get it right.
I think the stat we've heard cited most often is 21 points off turnovers surrendered by the Knicks in a game they lost by 4, which constitutes a blowout loss the way they've played this postseason. They're only lost by more than a point. Wembanyama wins the opening tip. It's Spurs ball from left to right. They're in black, gray, and white tonight. The Knicks in their home whites with New York across the front in orange. Bridges defending Fox at center court. The Knicks logo on top of a big Larry O'Brien trophy icon. Fox down the lane left side, and a foul called on Karl Anthony Towns. He got a piece of the ball, but there was body contact. And an early whistle against Cat, who's been so good at limiting his silly fouls. That one wasn't in the silly department, but it still counts for number 1.
Well, I'm curious to see, is this going to be the tenor of this basketball game? I wouldn't call that one silly, but I also wouldn't call it the most egregious. De'Aaron Fox sells it by falling out of bounds, as he should, as the dribble penetration is unfolding. But I want to know, we've talked about it ad nauseum, or at least I had 2 hours this morning from 8 to 10. What is the officiating temperature of this ball game going to be?
Zach Zarba was voted by, I believe, the Players Association
This is correct. Yep.
as the #1 official in the NBA this year. As Fox gets both foul shots, so it's 2-0 San Antonio. They led 7-0 out of the gate on Monday.
We're back to the Victor Wembanyama, Karl Anthony Towns matchup.
And Towns got stripped initially by Fox, got it back, Hart underneath, nowhere to go, so out to Towns, left wing, pump fakes Castle out of the way, drives the lane, right-hand floater for Karl Anthony Towns, ties the game at 2.
That is the downhill and aggressive basketball that I hope to see to open this ball game. That's a good sign for the Knicks offensively.
Castle left side arc, skips it right wing for Vassell. A catch and shoot three is good. He rainbowed it in over Anunoby. So going back to game 3, he's hit 4 of his last 5 triples. Devin Vassell, star wing for San Antonio. It's 5-2 Spurs. Towns catch and drive, blocked from behind by Wembanyama on a right-hand dunk attempt, and they'll call him for an early foul. The fans sure do like it.
This is why, or one of the many reasons that I appreciate this Knicks fan base. They understand that an aggressive version of Karl Anthony Towns is part of the formula for the Knicks to be successful. In 2 back-to-back possessions that he attacks the rim.
Well, here's the biggest challenge we've had in a while. They're going to challenge this, and if it's an offensive foul on Towns, he'll have to sit with 2. We will hear from eventually Zach Zarba, I believe. It's Courtney Kirkland heading to the microphone first. Here's the thing. When you challenge this call, 9 times out of 10, they will call Towns for a hook and hold. As Wemby is welcomed back to
The ruling on the floor is a defensive foul on Wembanyama. San Antonio's challenging the ruling.
We will take a break while they take a look. A huge challenge, 1 minute and 5 seconds into the game. Either an offensive foul on Towns or he's shooting free throws, and you get 1 foul on Wembanyama. But it could be number 2 on Cat, who of course has been perhaps the Knicks' best player in these finals. 5-2 Spurs, very early on in game 4. San Antonio trying to knot things up. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit Dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. boost.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
It is a successful challenge for San Antonio, which is the worst case scenario for the Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns has to sit. They say he pinned Wembanyama's arm with Towns' left arm against Cat's left rib. You could argue marginal contact, but as Monica always says, everything looks worse when you slow it down. So 2 fouls on Towns. He has to come out. Mitchell Robinson into the game, and it's Spurs ball up 3, barely into the second minute of the game. It is Robinson covering Wembanyama as Castle brings the ball toward midcourt from left to right. Castle to the right elbow, now finds Wembanyama at the right wing. Pump fake and drive to the foul line on Robinson. Half spin to the far block, and a tough shot bounces off the back rim and in. Not much Robinson could have done there. Good defense, it looked like from here.
Mitchell Robinson's going to have to dig deep and potentially have the game of his life in Karl Anthony Towns' absence.
Well, he missed a layup underneath off a tough pass, but a good idea from Brunson. Shot wouldn't go for Robinson. Castle lines up a left wing triple. Too strong, and a rebound for Hart. Spurs 7, Knicks 2. It is Brunson on the high side wing. Anunoby far corner defended by Champagnie. Perhaps their weak link defensively, so Anunoby gets to a far elbow fadeaway that clangs off the front rim. It is De'Aaron Fox the other way. From the foul line, he goes to the dotted line. Tough left-hand floater, grazing front iron, and Josh Hart gets the rebound. Anunoby on the right side angle, trying to rip through on Vassell. Fumbled it initially, now a bounce pass back to midcourt for Brunson. Defended by Champagnie, jab step to his left, dribble drive right, foul line, fadeaway jumper off the heel. He had Champagnie stumbling, but couldn't make him pay. And the rebound tipped out of bounds by Robinson. Spurs ball up 5. 9:48 left in this first quarter. Of course, one of the main adjustment possibilities for the Knicks offense to get things flowing again was to play through the guy who cannot play right now because of 2 fouls, Karl Anthony Towns. Champagnie far side drive, whips it right wing Wembanyama, extra pass to Vassell, and from the right corner he drills a 3. Devin Vassell scorching hot at MSG. It's an 8-point lead for the Spurs.
The good news is that this group still has options, and as you see here, Josh Hart bringing the ball up the floor so that Jalen Brunson can get off of it just a bit.
Well, Josh Hart passes it right to Julian Champagnie. He'll go down the lane for a right-hand slam, and Mike Brown has to take timeout. Nothing new between the Knicks and the Spurs. A slow start for New York. They're being outscored by 9 points on average in the first quarters of these games, and no exception tonight in Game 4. It's San Antonio 12, New York 2. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn how you can save big when you bundle your Fios home internet and mobile plans. Only at Verizon. 9:16 remaining in this first quarter. A reminder that in one of the games, Game 3 I believe it was, Spurs Thunder, Western Conference Finals, San Antonio got out to a 15-0 lead, but OKC wound up winning that game by double digits. But needless to say, this is not an ideal start for New York. Hoping to avoid another loss at home in what would be a 2-2 series going back to San Antonio. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
Wild Turkey Bourbon Master Distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours, so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
Well, it's 12-2 San Antonio as the Spurs look for a second consecutive win at the world's most famous arena to tie this series. The Knicks were down 10-2, and then in an encouraging moment, the fans, who of course are anxious and afraid of reliving some of the dread of past playoff defeats, sometimes they can get a little antsy and quiet. They were making some noise, trying to rally around this Knicks team who they've fallen in love with for obvious reasons. But then Josh Hart threw a pass right to Julian Champagnie, who
literally, as I was talking about, the importance of getting Jalen Brunson off the ball.
He threw down a dunk, and that forced a Mike Brown timeout. 2 fouls for Karl Anthony Towns. Neither of them you can really get on him for, at least in my opinion. So it's Robinson playing with the starters. Brunson, far side baseline drive, 2 steps in the lane, missed a wide open layup. Mitchell Robinson missed 2 putbacks, gets a 3rd rebound, and then gets it stripped out of bounds by Wembanyama. 8:55 left in the first. 11 on the shot clock. Knicks ball down 10.
So Mitchell Robinson on the floor for Victor Wembanyama, the guard, at least keeps him near the rim-ish because of his rebounding prowess and his ability to finish at the rim on oops.
Inbound play for Anunoby. Drills a far corner 3. Beautiful design by Mike Brown and company. It's a 7-point game. Anunoby 1 point shy of a playoff career high in Game 3. 28 points. He was 9 of 13 from the field. Wembanyama, right side mid-range, pump fake, 2 steps toward the lane, and spins home a bank shot layup. It's a 9-point Spurs lead.
Well, to your Tim Bontemps theory, I think Wemby is feeling good to start this one.
Anunoby baseline drive far side, stripped in the lane. It looked like he was trying to pass it. We'll see if they give them free throws, but the fans applaud the first foul of the game against San Antonio. It is 14-5 Spurs. Knicks have a Karl Anthony Towns floater and an OG Anunoby 3. The refs are deliberating as to whether or not Anunoby should be getting shots.
I mean, if De'Aaron Fox can sell that nudge by Karl Anthony Towns to pick up his first foul, I think OG Anunoby sold that jump shot.
It will be free throws for Anunoby. It's a situation where once Anunoby lost control of the ball because he got fouled, his instinct was to just throw the ball out to the perimeter. As Anunoby takes his first shot, we can pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson. And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Anunoby sinks the first free throw. He broke a streak of 26 consecutive makes in Monday's loss. Still won 7 for 9 for the game. And he hits the second free throw. So it's Spurs 14, Knicks 7.
This crowd is engaged in helping this team try to close this gap. Now here defensively, one of my keys earlier today with Pat O'Keefe was that they need to communicate.
Wembanyama up top, flinched a pump fake. Robinson did not bite. Castle top of the key, defended by Hart. He'll drive toward the left elbow. Tough fadeaway jumper, front rim miss. Robinson took the rebound away from Wembanyama. It's Hart to the top of the key. From the foul line, down the lane, righty layup is good, and he's fouled by Champagnie. Josh Hart, as he often does, has brought this crowd to life. And with a free throw, they can make it a 4-point game.
Now remember, we're keeping an eye on how this thing is being officiated. And I will say, at the rim so far, I would say that it's been pretty even. That Josh Hart attempt looking very similar to the whistle that De'Aaron Fox got to start the basketball game. paint scoring and playing downhill is going to be important for the Knicks. And so far, Mitchell Robinson is doing a good job on Victor Wembanyama. A lot of it, in terms of demonstrating his impact on this ball game, will be how he contests shots and can he help come up with a defensive rebound to eliminate second chance opportunities for the Spurs.
We've seen Josh Hart good for one big offensive game per series. The Knicks hope they didn't waste it on Monday when he was 4 of 7 from 3. But doesn't mean he's limited to just one big offensive game, as he hits the free throw to make it 14-10 San Antonio. 8 minutes left in this first quarter. Stephon Castle from left to right. Spurs in black, Knicks in white. Castle right elbow. Stops, throws one up for Wembanyama, but as he tried to catch it, he was pushed off the spot by Josh Hart. So that's the first foul on Hart.
I don't know if I like all these whistles already. Jeez, we went completely the other. Oh, man, that's a very light call.
Yeah, the thing is, Hart seemed to get to the spot first, and as Wembanyama reached over him for the alley-oop, he went flying backward after running into Hart. Second foul on New York. Spurs have 2 as well. Castle on the high side wing double team. Get to DeChampagny, top of the key. He's got nowhere to go, so back out to Castle. Backing down hard to the foul line, rips through, pulls up, and a dotted line jumper is good for Stephon Castle. He's on the board, and the Spurs lead by 6.
Remember, game 3, he practically missed just one shot going into halftime. He was a nightmare for the Knicks in terms of guarding in the paint.
Mikal Bridges with a rare early touch. He's at the top of the arc. Screen from Brunson, driving left. Stop to the dotted line, spins. Locked up by Castle, though. Takes a fadeaway in the end, but that's off the back rim. Castle across midcourt. Robinson with him stride for stride, but Robinson now has to guard Wembanyama. It's Harper into the game, to the foul line, backing up on Brunson. Pick and roll with Wembanyama at the right block. Harper feeds the top of the key. Castle swinging around to Vassell in the far corner. Back to Castle straight on. He'll launch his 3 and connect. Stephon Castle, 5 straight points. It's back to a 9-point lead for the Spurs.
That's great ball movement by the Spurs in there. Dylan Harper is making Jalen Brunson have to work in terms of trying to keep him out of the paint and work through screens, which is body blows.
Robinson with the ball at the left side, foul line extended.
Wow.
Dribble handoff to Hart. Pick and roll with Hart on the near side corner now. Nope. Where to go with that play as Brunson will catch, drive to the foul line, bounce pass Anunoby right wing. Three-pointer won't go into the shot clock.
A little bit of a grenade for OG Anunoby. Mitchell Robinson was trying to execute the offense in the same way that Karl Anthony Towns would.
Another 3 for Devin Vassell. He's all of a sudden the guy you can't leave alone. He's 3 of 3 from downtown. 8-0 Spurs run after the Josh Hart and 1. It's a 12-point San Antonio lead. Landry Shamet will check in next whistle, as will Keldon Johnson and De'Aaron Fox. Foul line Brunson, he got fouled, and the bank shot wouldn't go. Free throws coming for Jalen Brunson. 6:05 remaining in this first quarter. And Ariel Hukporti will get his first real action of the NBA Finals. 22-10, Spurs lead the Knicks. At the basket to our left, it is Jalen Brunson taking his first free throws of the game. Across the first 2 games in San Antonio, he only had 9 foul shot attempts as he gets this first one to go. But on Monday, he wound up with 8 free throws.
This is going to be an interesting stretch for the Knicks. They've got to find some rhythm, and defensively, they're going to have to stop allowing the Spurs to get to the paint because they're just kicking out on dribble penetration.
22-11 San Antonio. The end of first quarter score in game 3 was 33-22 Spurs. And Brunson brings it back to a 10-point game. 6:05 left first quarter. Knicks lineup is Brunson, Shamet, Bridges, Hart, and Hukporti. Fox, Harper, Johnson, Vassell, and Wembanyama on the floor for San Antonio. Wemby up top, defended by Hukporti. He'll take a 3 right in his face, and he cans it from the top of the arc. The Spurs are 5 of 6 from downtown, almost hotter than they were to start the game on Monday. It's a 13-point lead.
Yeah, the score obviously indicates that they have been the more energetic squad, and the Knicks are really struggling to find any rhythm in the half-court set, and they've not been able to get any turnovers either.
From right to left they go. Bridges trying to initiate. To the foul line he goes, pulls up for an 18-footer and puts it through. Well, Mikal Bridges on the board. It's back to an 11-point game. Wembanyama at center court from left to right go the Spurs. Hukporty defending. Wemby for three. That one's too strong. A bit of a heat check for the alien. 25-14. Spurs with the lead. Knicks ball at the front court left. Brunson far side corner defended by Keldon Johnson. Baseline drive. Brunson steps back. Pump fake double team. Blocked by Wembanyama, who tipped the rebound out to Johnson. Final 5 minutes in this first quarter. Johnson motoring ahead and hits a tough layup from the left block over Hart. That was a 4-on-5 for the Spurs as Wembanyama was back in the backcourt. But he fell down. Knicks ball down 13. Brunson to the dotted line. Gets into Bridges. Near corner three. It's good. Mikal Bridges back where he belongs on the scoreboard. 5 straight points at a 10-point game.
The Knicks finally able to get something going in dribble penetration, partly because the Spurs weren't established back, but they did a great job of Mikal Bridges finding that corner three.
Harper in the right corner. Jab step and a baseline drive, and then a whistle and a foul called against Hukporty, I believe. Shamet got pushed by Wembanyama, but perhaps Wemby took a hit from behind by Hukporty. It is 27-17, Spurs by 10, with 4:23 left in the first quarter.
The Knicks were outscored by 11 in the first quarter of Game 3. I do like the energy that Ariel Hukporty has played with, just trying to run the floor and be physical with Victor Wembanyama as Luke Cornett is now on the floor. This is not an insurmountable lead, but you really want to see these Knicks settle down and execute. It's going to be interesting if the Knicks continue to go to Mitchell Robinson in the position that we're talking about Karl Anthony Towns typically in as the hub, if he can make the right passes.
Jose Alvarado will come into the game for Deuce McBride. Well, McBride had just checked in, so he's not officially into the game yet. Luke Cornett into the near corner. It is Vassell to the right elbow, back out to Fox. Spurs from left to right, up by 10. And on the right wing, Fox rattles in a three over Shamet. So the Spurs are 6 of 8 from downtown. They lead by 13. Alvarado across midcourt, giving Brunson a breather earlier than usual in this first quarter. You wonder what his health is like as an alley-oop for Robinson is nullified by a foul from behind, but Mitch will get 2 free throws.
See, and these are the ones as you're trying to close the gap in the first quarter of a finals game. You got to connect on those and be able to finish. We know that Mitchell Robinson struggles from the free throw line, but again, Jose Alvarado was a part of that 42-point second quarter in Game 3, so he's done a good job of moving and weaving through this defense to create.
3:59 left in this first quarter. It is a 13-point deficit for the Knicks, and they've had to overcome double-digit deficits in each of their 2 wins in the finals so far. Robinson line drives the first foul shot off the back rim. He's made 4 of his last 8 before that miss, and that helped him break out of a 2 for 15 skid. Karl Anthony Towns set to check in at the next whistle.
Very important moment here. This is big time trust from Mike Brown to go back to Towns with 2 fouls.
Second free throw missed by Robinson. Spurs ball from left to right. Vassell, high side wing, now Harper top of the key. Cornett comes up for a screen on the right side. Pick and roll, Harper to the foul line. Driving right toward the block, and he's met into the air by both Bridges and Robinson, and the ball is poked free. Shamet to Alvarado right side, looking around, nowhere to go. Spurs got back on transition D. Foul line Alvarado, floater was goaltended, I thought, by Cornett, but did the refs think it was an alley-oop? On the rebound, Alvarado and Fox get tied up, and they will jump it up at the left side foul line, but if that truly was a floater from Alvarado, that should be a goaltend.
Yeah, I think there's a real case for it. Jose Alvarado's going to give it his best effort, though, here on this jump ball versus De'Aaron Fox. He's got a shot to get this.
Now, the review situation is if the refs call a goaltend on the floor, that's obviously a play blown dead, and then they can go review it to overturn the goaltend. But instead, they blew the whistle because of the held ball, and they can't review that.
So, yeah.
Now, a loose ball foul is now called on Mitchell Robinson here on the jump ball. So or Jose Alvarado rather, so the Spurs will take over. Robinson being announced as a substitution out for Karl Anthony Towns, playing with 2 fouls. Wembanyama pump fake up top, drive down the lane, and missed a layup over Anunoby, but then he tipped it in, and it looked like it was in the cylinder, but apparently not. Fans they're going to riot soon here if a call doesn't go their way. It's a 15-point Spurs lead.
And so many calls right around the cylinder as well.
3:05 left in the first quarter. Cat was getting pushed out to the perimeter by Wembanyama, no call. Knicks down 15. Alvarado near corner, up top for Anunoby, catches, drives, met in the lane by Vassell. His dunk wouldn't go off the front rim, but a whistle and a foul called. And Anunoby will get 2 free throws.
So this is where all the conversation has not been helpful, because you gotta play physical. You gotta make the officials make the call by you making plays like this one, but like OG Anunoby going to the rim and tipped into dunk. I think just trying to act, if you will, in terms of cuts is not going to be effective. The refs were willing to call fouls when both teams got to the rim and attacked the paint. Go to the paint, attack.
Anunoby 2 of 2 from the line. He's got 5 points. He and Bridges both tied for the team high, but now it's Anunoby with 6 as he gets the first foul shot. 32-18 San Antonio. Their first quarter dominance continues. It's something the Knicks are obviously aware of, but if you missed it earlier, and I have a hard time believing any Knicks fan would be late to tune into this game, Karl Anthony Towns picked up 2 fouls in the first, 65 seconds of the game, the second of which coming on a successful challenge from San Antonio, where he got called for pinning Wembanyama's arm with his offhand as he drove the rim. At the basket to our left, Anunoby gets both. It's 32-19 Spurs.
Now here's the challenge, as Karl Anthony Towns is going to guard Keldon Johnson, and OG Anunoby has the original assignment as this team sets up in the half-court defense of guarding Wembanyama.
Jalen Brunson set to check back in, 0 for 3 so far, does have 3 assists. A rare rotation for him coming out of the game that early. Harper now right side. Driving toward the far block, will pull up for 2 over Alvarado and sinks it from 9 feet. Spurs have not missed a whole lot of jump shots in this game. They're up by 15.
No, they haven't. And that pull-up going to the right side, being able to stop on a dime by Dylan Harper. He's got such a bright future in this league.
2:17 left first quarter. Towns on the near side mid-range tried to rip through, and they'll call a defensive 3 seconds on Keldon Johnson, who was camping out underneath the basket, and Towns will get the free throw. 2:15 left in the first. It's a 15-point San Antonio lead. Looks like Deuce McBride's going to come in as well after this shot, along with Jalen Brunson. At the foul line left, Towns gets the shot to make it a 14-point game. Bridges and Alvarado out, Brunson and McBride in with Shamet, Anunoby, and Towns.
Towns shot just 3 free throws in the contest earlier this week, game 3. So if he can find his way there, and of course Mike Brown made a large statement, an emphatic statement about free throw disparity post-game. So far both teams getting to the line.
Inbound to Towns, hand back to Brunson. Castle defending Brunson, been a tough matchup for Brunson in the series. This time he crosses him over, kicks it far corner, 3-pointer McBride, short. 3 for 12 in the series from 3-point range, Deuce McBride. 2 minutes left first quarter, 14-point Spurs lead. Castle up top, passes left for Harper. Now Castle on the other side. Defended by Brunson, crosses over, back to his right hand, spins toward the near side mid-range, fell down, and a whistle and a foul call. No, a 3-second call on the Knicks. This one's on Landry Shamet.
Oh, man. This morning, my colleagues at ESPN warned that this could turn into a whistle fest if everybody was fussing about the physicality, and I feel like this first quarter has been just that.
Vassell gets a front rim bounce. It drops straight through, and the technical free throw is good. Towns is coming out. Knicks don't want to press their luck with his 2 fouls, so it's Mitchell Robinson for the rest of the quarter. You would assume anyway. Under 2 minutes, they can't intentionally foul him without taking a technical free throw. (35-20). San Antonio with the lead. Castle from left to right. Wemby catches in the middle of the paint, passes to the right corner for Fox. missed a 3 short after starting 6 of 8 from downtown. A rare misfire for San Antonio. Brunson in a hurry. 93 seconds left in the opening quarter. Brunson down the lane left side. Stopped by Harper. Up top for McBride. He'll slash to the near side mid-range, but then had to turn around to the near wing, defended by Castle. 6 to shoot. Shamet right side. Champagny on him. To the right elbow. He pulls up. Front rim to jumper. Batted around and out of bounds off of Champagny. So 14 on the shot clock. 1:14 to play in the quarter. Knicks trail by 15.
I like this pull-up by Landry Shamet, though. The Knicks haven't had many mid-range opportunities consistently in this series, and so for Mikal Bridges to have a mid-range bucket earlier, this look by Landry Shamet, one that is a soft miss for whatever that's worth, is a good one.
Robinson out high, hands to Brunson. Pick and roll, right wing, Brunson, bounce pass to McBride, top of the key, all alone for 3. Very short again. Such a rough miss that it caroms all the way off the front rim to the near sideline, out of bounds. 62 seconds remain in the first quarter. 15-point San Antonio lead. Harper comes out, Champagny in. Knicks with Brunson, McBride, Shamet, Anunoby, and Robinson. They are 5 of 17 from the field. The Spurs have made more threes than the Knicks have made field goals. Wembanyama straight on, pump fake to 3. Robinson did not bite. Backing up toward midcourt, Wemby on Robinson. 10 to shoot, Wemby toward the right elbow, half spin, now back to the right block, and he banks in a high arcing bank shot to give San Antonio a 17-point lead in the first quarter. And then Robinson fouls Wembanyama on the other end. Wembanyama points to his right temple as if to say he's in Robinson's head. Offensive foul on Mitch, and they will review for a hostile act. 41.7 seconds to go in the first quarter. That has gone wrong from the opening tip for the Knicks. They trail 37-20. And it looked like Robinson just pushed Wembanyama in the face.
I'm not sure how this one will be defendable. And this is a combination of probably carryover from game 2 and frustration.
Ruling on the floor of offensive foul on Robinson's under review to see if it meets the criteria for a flagrant foul.
Frustration from game 3 and frustration here in game 4.
It was a high forearm from Robinson. Now, the issue that the referees and the NBA have is that most of the conversation after Game 3 was how Wembanyama was not called for any kind of foul, let alone a flagrant foul for pushing Jalen Brunson in the back of the head. Head of officials Monty McCutcheon went on ESPN and talked about the difference between a shove and a punch. And this is far from a punch from Mitchell Robinson, but
it is.
I don't know if it's a shove either.
Well, I would be curious to see how the head, neck, and shoulders thing is adjudicated, as is their wind-up, intention, follow-through, all of those things that we hear when calls are getting reviewed.
Yeah, Wembanyama was talking trash to Robinson on the way back down, pointing to his ear as if to say, I can't hear you, something like that. Wembanyama 5 of 7 from the field, 11 points. And regardless of how this call turns out, the Knicks have to make some changes. They're down 37-20. And if this continues, it's going to go back to San Antonio, tied 2-2, but of course not even done with the first quarter yet. The other question is, why was Jalen Brunson taken out of the game in the middle of the first quarter instead of his usual shift, which is playing all 12 minutes of the first quarter and then being brought in with about 6 or 7 minutes left in the second on average?
My thought to that, as we get an answer here from Zach Zarba.
After review, it's been deemed the forearm by Robinson above the neck to Wembanyama is unnecessary. There is impact and follow-through. Ruling on the floor has been upgraded to a flagrant foul, penalty 1.
So no ejection, just a flagrant one for Mitchell Robinson, but is 2 free throws in possession for the Spurs. They can potentially make this a 20-plus point lead heading into the second quarter.
The Knicks, between this play and the Spurs having 14 paint points compared to the Knicks 4, the physicality on the defensive side of the basketball with high basketball IQ has just not been present for the Knicks tonight.
So Wembanyama will take the shots at the basket to our right. He's got 11. Vassell has 10. And make it 12 now for Wembanyama, as the first free throw is good. No Knick has more than 7. That's OG Anunoby.
When you look at this box score so far, the Knicks have more free throw attempts than they do have made field goals. More made free throws. In fact, 8 of 10 from the field.
Wemby gets both, and Jeremy Sohan, his teammate from earlier this year, has checked into the game for the first time in the NBA Finals. With Sohan heading into the series that said the way to wear down Wembanyama is to make him run. The Knicks have been trying to get out and go, but they're picking the ball up from the bottom end of the basket a lot because the Spurs are 14 of 21 from the field. They got a 19-point lead. About half a minute to go in this first quarter. Alley-oop to Wembanyama, poked away at first by Anunoby and then by Sohan. It goes out of bounds right baseline with 29.5 to go.
OG Anunoby might prove to be the Knicks' best option in terms of guarding Victor Wembanyama tonight.
Fans saw a replay. They thought it was off of San Antonio. Instead, it's an inbound to Vassell. It's a right corner mid-range shot. And it is indeed a 21-point lead for the Spurs. They got a 4-point possession after the Robinson flagrant. 41-20, and then Castle fouls Brunson driving toward the left side foul line. And it will be free throws for Brunson as the Spurs are over the limit. That's the second foul on Castle.
If you can continue a parade to the free throw line, that's a great opportunity to cut into this deficit for the Knicks. But the larger problem is they've just really struggled to create any real movement on the offensive end.
Brunson with his third free throw. He's made them all now, back to a 20-point game. Of course, their biggest playoff comeback was the 22-point turnaround from Game 1 against Cleveland in the Eastern Conference Finals, which feels like a lifetime ago. Biggest deficit tonight so far has been 21. Brunson gets a pair. 19-point game with 20 seconds left in the opening quarter. De'Aaron Fox will take his time with the shot clock off. Picked up by Anunoby at midcourt. Sohan defending Wembanyama. Wembanyama comes up for a screen to get Sohan on Fox. Fox now on the left side. Off the dribble, top of the key three. Front rim, no. Rebound Anunoby, but just 1 second left. And we will go to the second quarter with San Antonio leading 41-22. It is their most points in any quarter this postseason. And the Knicks have some work to do when we come back.
Yeah, I can imagine that in this timeout, they understand that they're going to have to take or chip into this lead basket by basket. But defensively, they've got to make it more difficult for the San Antonio Spurs. They've done a decent job of not putting them on the free throw line, at least compared to the 12 free throw attempts that they've had, just the 5 they've given up to the Spurs. But points in the paint continue to be a problem. They have not been able to stop the Spurs from scoring in the paint.
This next timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn how you can save big when you bundle your Fios home internet and mobile plans. Only at Verizon. Spurs 41, Knicks 22. Second quarter is next. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian delivers personalized spine care for every stage of your journey. From physical therapists to surgeons, our expert team works together to provide you with complete back and neck care, from diagnosis to treatment and recovery. With 15 locations across New York City and Westchester, get the expert spine care you need at Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine.
The NBA Finals are in full swing, and the intensity isn't letting up. And with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, your winnings get a boost every single day, all finals long. Bet player props, bet live, from the opening tip to the final possession. Every moment matters, and DraftKings Sportsbook keeps you boosting all the way through. All DraftKings customers can enjoy a profit boost every single day throughout the finals. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code WHSQ to claim your profit boost. That's code WHSQ to Get a boost every day of the NBA Finals in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 plus, New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. One profit boost per customer per day. NBA playoff bets only. Bet restrictions apply and vary when offered. Max bet and boost vary. Boost only applies to winnings and expires at the end of the last NBA game each day. See terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Second quarter about to begin. It's brought to you by Hand & Stone. Hand & Stone relaxation that fits real life. Book today at handandstone.com. Knicks were 5 of 17 from the field in the first quarter. Spurs were 6 of 10 from just three-point land. They lead it 41-22. Knicks will look to respond with a lineup of Alvarado, McBride, Shamet, Anunoby, and Towns. The Spurs are not letting the Knicks up for air. They're picking up full court off the inbound. Alvarado with a bit of a release foul to get it across midcourt. Knicks in white from right to left. Alvarado defended by Fox. Now it's Towns into the game playing with 2 fouls. He'll drive on Carter Bryant to the rim. Met by Wembanyama out to Anunoby left corner. Top of the key, Alvarado sends it left for Shamet. Now Anunoby left corner. He's open for 3 and he drills it. His three-point shot's been dialed in this series. And just like that, it is back to a 16-point game.
This could be familiar because the second quarter in Game 3 was where the Knicks began to find themselves as well. That was great ball movement.
On the other end, De'Aaron Fox gets it right back with a left corner triple. Fox has not shot it quite as well in this finals, but he's 2 for 4 tonight. 44-25, San Antonio, 19-point game. Towns forced a hook pass to a cutting Clarkson, tipped away underneath the hoop by Fox. Now it is Harper on the right side. Wembanyama back to Harper at the near angle. Anunoby defending. They've got Alvarado matched up with a much taller Wembanyama, but he stumbles, has to kick it out to the perimeter. Into the far corner, De'Aaron Fox. Pressured by Shamet, steps back for a contested 3, and that one's good as well. And they'll call a foul on Alvarado with the ball in the air, pushing Wembanyama down, and a chance at a 4-point play for San Antonio.
To be fair, Jose Alvarado was stuck on Victor Wembanyama a little too long, and I get that happening in the scramble trying to get back defensively, but the Knicks should have tried to get him out of that a little bit sooner, and then we got a foul. I don't think any there. Oh, goodness.
Alvarado with a bit of a step over with Wembanyama on the ground. So the three-pointer from Anunoby made it a 16-point game, but De'Aaron Fox has it back-to-back three-pointers to make it a 22-point contest, and they will also review this one for a potential hostile act.
I have a hard time believing that Jose Alvarado can actually upend Victor Wembanyama, but there is a little bit of a grab here that could be problematic.
Foul on Alvarado. The play is being reviewed to see if it meets the criteria for a flagrant foul.
Well, these have not gone the Knicks' way so far. Unfortunately, the storyline, you're not saying it's slanted one way or the other, but the officiating continues to be part of the narrative. 47-25, Spurs lead the Knicks by 22. 10:45 remaining in this second quarter. And even though it's early, this is a moment where things feel like they're teetering away from the Knicks. Trying to become the first home team to win a game in the NBA Finals this year. 47-25 Spurs. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn how you can save big when you bundle your Fios home internet and mobile plans. Only at Verizon. Jalen Brunson held to just 4 points, all at the free throw line. He's 0 for 3 from the field. And Knicks fans have been waiting for that big Brunson eruption. It hasn't quite happened yet in the NBA Finals, aside from some great fourth quarters. Helped to win each of those first 2 games with the game-winning points in the final 2 minutes, which is an NBA record, but his 12 points in the fourth quarter on Monday were too little too late. And again, you hope it's not too late right now with the way the Spurs are shooting. They're 8 of 12 from 3. and the way the Knicks can't quite seem to get it together on either end.
Yeah, I want to go back to this review temporarily, or momentarily rather. There was so much discussion between the two games about sending a message, retaliation, all that stuff, and there is a mindset that if you're going to foul him, go ahead and foul him hard, referring to Victor Wembanyama. I get that, but at this point, when you're already down, it seems like it's become a bit of a distraction for the Knicks, and it's not a positive. So, okay, that's out of the way. They've got to get back to playing basketball and doing their best to close this deficit. It's challenging enough without the extra.
Become an Amazon Hub partner and earn extra revenue for your business with your business.
After review, the contact by Alvarado to Wembanyama does not rise to the level of a flagrant foul. Common foul stands after review.
Learn more about Amazon Hub Delivery and get started at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. There's only one way to change up the vibes in the building.
There we go.
It's to bring in a guest analyst for the second quarter, as is tradition. Clyde Frazier for games 1 and 2. Wally Zerbiak for game 3. And now we will bring in Alan Hahn of ESPN New York, MSG Networks, Get Up on ESPN, and many other things, as Wembanyama will take one free throw. Alan Hahn, we will give you the stage, not an easy stage. What have you seen so far? What needs to change?
Well, aside from the officiating that has everybody frustrated, the Knicks need to make shots. And they need to be better defensively.
It's pretty simple.
It's just two obvious things going on here. The officiating is taking, obviously, the headline. The whole building is mad at what's going on here. There's some missed calls, and I understand that part. But the Knicks getting off to a bad start once again, just not making makeable shots, and they don't look like a poised team once again, and the young Spurs on the road do.
And a foul on Harper as Brunson got across midcourt. Not sure we got you that full promo with the Zach Zarba announcement. So a reminder, you can become an Amazon Hub partner and earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Learn more about Amazon Hub Delivery and get started at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. Brunson, McBride, Shamet, Anunoby, and Towns on the floor. Spurs by 23. Brunson far side, baseline, mid-range jumper won't go. Rebound Towns. Put back is good and a foul. Carter Bryant was all over his back. And a chance to make it a 20-point game with a free throw line for Towns.
Well, Carter Bryant has a history of being foul prone, and so in many ways, just like you talk about the plus minuses when Victor Wembanyama's on the floor, he's still there, but the Knicks should take advantage of Carter Bryant, or at least attempt to, rather, by going at him defensively and seeing what happens.
At the basket to our left, Towns will take the free throw. Going to have to play careful with his 2 fouls, but right now it's worth the risk. They've got nothing generated offensively. 5 assists is on pace for maybe a little more than the 18 they had a playoff low on Monday. As Towns gets the free throw, it's 48-28 San Antonio. Spurs coming off their highest scoring quarter of the entire postseason. San Antonio from left to right. 10:15 to go, second quarter. Fox almost fumbled it, and he'll get it back on a pass from Champagnie at center court. Pick and pop with Wembanyama. Skips it over to Champagnie for a right wing triple. That one short. Bryant couldn't get the rebound. It's Towns with the outlet to Brunson. Brunson speeds down the lane all the way to the cup. Left-hand layup is good around Fox. And the Knicks have scored 5 unanswered to bring it back to an 18-point game.
It also is very helpful that these baskets have been right at the rim. That points in the paint stat continues to be something to keep an eye on in this series.
9:47 left, second quarter. Fox finds Harper a far corner 3. Got it. San Antonio 9 of 14 from downtown, 21-point game.
Harper hit just one of his 8 attempts in game 3, so I wonder if he's picked up a little bit of rhythm.
Brunson driving left baseline around Wembanyama, but it's not going to be able to shoot over from under the hoop. Out to McBride, left wing, a catch and shoot 3. Short for the 3rd time in 3 tries. 9:22 left in the second. Spurs ball up 21. Harper behind the back to the right elbow. Turns, whips it far corner. Carter Bryant, a catch and shoot 3. It's good again. Same shot he hit on Monday. His only make from 3 in the series, right in front of his bench. Spurs by 24. It's their largest lead of the game. Brunson, right elbow. Forcing it a bit on Fox, who poked it away. Brunson got it back. Right elbow again. Pump fake, leans in, throws up a shot, wanting a foul. Didn't get it, but he'll get the bucket. It splashed right through to make it a 22-point game.
This offense being so anemic in this ballgame is stunning on the part of the Knicks.
Champagnie out high, a catch and shoot triple. Why not? Rattled it in from straight on. 11 of 16 from 3. There was a hand in his face from Brunson, but they've got the magnet ball going right now. 25-point lead.
You guys remember the run the Knicks went on where they were just blowing teams out with great offense, ball movement, and 3-point shooting?
And like the Spurs right now, a strong drive left baseline from Anunoby. He got fouled by Harper, but they're mistakenly saying that he was trying to pass the ball. Anunoby clearly going for a layup.
A reverse layup.
Yeah. Wow. Now, like
they're saying at the end of this, he does make a pass attempt right there.
Because
is he just the hit? He's just losing momentum.
Maybe he's losing the ball, but when you're a referee, I think, Monica, because his hand, for those listening, his hand isn't under the ball at that point. It's next to the ball, so you could think he was passing it. But I'm with you. I think he just lost control of the ball.
Well, he will come out of the game, and Jordan Clarkson is coming in for Landry Shamet. Clarkson provided quite a burst in the first half in the Game 3 loss. Wound up with his finals best 10 points in 13 minutes. It is a 25-point lead for San Antonio. We've been waiting for the three-point variance to show up all finals. And unfortunately for the Knicks, it has reared its ugly head in San Antonio's favor. They're 11 of 16 from downtown.
I'll also add to that the San Antonio Spurs have 0 turnovers so far in this ball game. Thus, the Knicks have 0 points off of turnovers compared to have given up 12 points off of turnovers.
Bridges into the game, left alone, top of the key, kicks it far corner for an open Clarkson triple. It swirls out, and Bryant gets the rebound. Again, the Spurs more three-point makes than the Knicks have field goal makes. 57-32 Spurs. Castle, left elbow, hop step in the paint, out to Champagnie for a left wing three, contested and missed it short. Rebound Hart, long outlet to Clarkson, one-on-one with Champagnie, rises to the rim and hits a reverse layup. It's a 23-point game. Castle, alley-oop for Bryant. That can't happen. From midcourt, he sneaks past the Knicks defense after a make, and he throws it down to make it a 25-point game again.
I'm honestly not sure where these Knicks heads are so far in this ball game.
Josh Hart, left side angle, across to the other angle for Clarkson. He'll baseline drive, caught under the hoop. Brunson up top, passes right for Bridges. Pump fakes a right wing three, dribbles, shoots, missed it from the mid-range. Rebound Towns, put back no, and an offensive foul called against New York. I believe, is that on Towns? Yep, number 3 on Karl Anthony Towns.
Push in the back.
He just got the bad news looking around. And yeah, he got
it's a push in the back.
Yeah, he got hands on Luke Cornett, and that allowed Towns to get the rebound.
Oh no. Oh no.
59-34 San Antonio. Stephon Castle left side. To Champagnie up top. Pump fake, steps left. He'll take a three. That's off the heel. He's missed 2 in a row. Clarkson almost had the rebound stolen by Bryant. He did have the rebound stolen by Bryant. He went right to Towns, who had good verticality, and missed a layup as Towns avoided his 4th foul. Brunson might have to put the team on his back here. Nothing else has been working tonight. 7 minutes left, second quarter, as Towns is getting mauled away from the ball by Cornett. They finally call the foul, left elbow. 4th foul on San Antonio. 59-34 Spurs, up by 25.
I'm with Monica here when it comes to the Knicks. The Knicks are out of their heads right now, and you could see it. And it probably started early on because of whistles that didn't go their way and shots that didn't go down. I just keep feeling like they're getting now a taste of the medicine that they have been delivering for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
Because what the Spurs are doing is exactly what the Knicks were doing to opponents for a long time.
Yeah.
5 minutes into the second quarter. Brunson takes a long straight on 3 because they were intentionally fouling Mitchell Robinson. The shot went in, but they're going to say Robinson was fouled first. Brunson is walking step for step with Zach Zarba, and they're going to review this to see if Brunson shot it before Robinson was fouled. If that's the case, count the 3, and you would probably have a free throw for Mitchell Robinson. It would be a rare moment where a reviewed play goes New York's way in this game.
Man, this is going to be interesting. I didn't quite see the timing on the actual foul.
Ruling on the floor is a foul on Cornett. The play is under review to see if the foul occurred prior or after the shooting motion of Brunson.
So we can take a break while they take a look, and a chance for everyone to take a deep breath and reassess as the Knicks trail Game 4 by 25 points. The Spurs are about 2.5 quarters away from knotting this series up, heading into Saturday's Game 5 on their home floor. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Is the stress of a Game 7 giving your skin a full court press? Tired of trying to coach yourself through skincare trends? Between slugging, serums, and retinoids, it's easy to get confused. Don't try to be the MVP of skincare. Go see a pro. At Hand & Stone, they handle the defense so you can enjoy the glow. Book your facial at handandstone.com and get $10 off when you book today. Offer valid at participating spas. Terms and conditions apply. Hand & Stone. Expert care for every season.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
It's always sunny with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Sun Cruiser's meant for kicking back with friends. Easy drinking, no guilt, just good times. Refreshing, goes down smooth, and at only 100 calories, Sun Cruiser lets you enjoy the ride. Available in single cans and packs. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
Sun Cruiser Beverage Company, Boston, Mass. All nutritional information based on 12-ounce serving. Please drink responsibly.
It's the playoffs. Knicks fans, get in on all the postseason action with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and make every matchup mean more than ever with the best daily promotions in the business. Plus, enjoy thousands of casino games with BetMGM Casino in New Jersey. Download today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Hey, New York basketball fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $19.99 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Switch today for savings you can count on. Call 1-800-VERIZON or visit a Verizon store today to learn more. Limited time offer for new Fios internet and mobile customers. Discount applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
6 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the second quarter. That's the good news. There's a lot of game left, but the Knicks trail by 25, 59-34. They were just reviewing to see if Jalen Brunson was somehow able to sneak in a three-pointer before the hack-a-Mitch, but apparently the foul of Mitchell Robinson came before he got the shot away. So instead of 3 points and one, it is 2 free throws for Mitchell Robinson, where, of course, nothing is guaranteed. Alan Hahn is here. Monica McNutt is here. They've got the toughest job in sports right now, trying to dissect, evaluate, and at least offer some wisdom as to how to correct a nightmarish first quarter and a half for the Knicks, and it feels like it got to have a game 4.
Definitely a challenging task right now. The one thing I will say, Alan, and I don't know if you agree, is it just doesn't feel like the Knicks have the necessary energy about themselves right now.
You got to credit the Spurs for that.
Yeah.
I think the Spurs continued to play physical right from the start, and I do think that the whistles and the missed shots early, being down 10 out of the gate, 12-2, 3 minutes in, I think that's affecting their mood and their energy.
Robinson missed free throws, affecting the fans' mood as Clarkson will wrap up Castle to get Robinson out of the game with a foul, and Hukporti will have to check in. Karl Anthony Towns picked up his third foul, fighting for a rebound a few moments ago. Champagny inbounds to Castle. They've got Cornette, Harper, and Vassell out there as well. Brunson, Hart, Clarkson, Bridges, and now Hukporti on the floor. No Wembanyama, though, so maybe more manageable against Cornette. And try an alley-oop for Cornette. He got fouled as he was leaping toward the rim. And it's against Jordan Clarkson, so he picks up 2 quick ones. The Knicks no longer have a foul to give as OG Anunoby will check in. 6:44 remaining in the second quarter. 59-34. And if this continues, I do not think you're going to see the highest rated game 4 in ESPN's NBA broadcast history after they set the record for game 3. highest viewed NBA Finals game apparently since the Jordan days, 1998, back when it was the NBA and NBC. Brunson steals a pass to Cornette out high. He'll go coast to coast, hesitates in the lane, and banks home a righty layup with Castle lurking. 23-point game.
That hesitation was important because it took Castle off balance because he was tracking to try to block that
Yes,
shot.
he was.
First turnover of the entire game
for the Spurs. Yep.
For the Spurs. Castle on the high side wing. Sohan about to come in. Castle drives on Brunson, met by Hukporti and blocked at the rim. Castle fell down. He's trailing the play. 5-on-4 for the Knicks. Brunson to the rim, and a right-hand floater is good. No backboard required. And a timeout from Mitch Johnson. As a personal 4-0 Jalen Brunson run has made it a 21-point game.
Well, that's how you make a comeback, is you start playing defense, creating turnovers, and getting easy buckets the other way. That has been one of the strengths of the Knicks in flipping games, is their defense that are creating turnovers that turn into points. It took them, 18 minutes to force the first turnover of this game on.
Yeah, but it's a good sign that they are starting to happen. Listen, you're not going to get this whole deficit back in any one possession, but they've got to be sound. It's got to start with the energy on defense, and we saw this during the regular season.
Yep.
When the offense isn't flowing, particularly that three-point shooting, it has a tendency to warp everything that this team is trying to do. In this moment, they've got to dig deep and find the energy defensively to create some of those transition baskets.
Yeah, but again, it's just all going to start defensive, and not just in creating turnovers, but how about just defending some shots? The red-hot three-point shooting from the Spurs.
Yeah,
this is, by the way, out of character for them. This is not who they traditionally are, but they really seem to be enjoying playing in this building. They seem to really like shooting here. It's something that Stephon Castle said when they were talking to him about shooting in an empty gym. I think it was Scott Van Pelt, or shooting in the Garden, and he said, no, it's actually more comfortable shooting at the Garden. I don't think he meant it as the Garden more than he meant it as you might be a little more locked in and focused in a game than you are in an empty gym. I wouldn't know. I was a bad shooter in either situation, Bon.
Knicks down 21, 6:10 to go in the second quarter of game 4. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
In New York City, young men of color deserve every opportunity to succeed. The NYC Young Men's Initiative is investing in futures through education, workforce development, healthcare, and justice programs designed to uplift and empower. And through programs like the Cooney Fatherhood Academy, we're supporting young fathers and building brighter futures for themselves and their families. Visit nyc.gov/YMI programs or at NYC Young Men on all socials to learn more.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. I was drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Hoops fans, let's clear the glass. Citywide window cleaning. Third generation, 50-plus years serving Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Hoboken, and Jersey City. Commercial or residential, we go full court with private home cleanings, empty apartment turnarounds, and monthly amenity spaces. Property managers, resident managers, private tenants, book annual or bi-yearly cleanings. We treat your windows like our own. No job too big or small. Get a quote at cwwindow.com. Citywide, see the city like it's courtside.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
Back to the action here in Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Knicks trail by 21 with 5:53 left in the second quarter. Victor Wembanyama just got tied up at the right side foul line by Anunoby, so they will jump it up, and Wembanyama will more than likely win it. He hit it over toward Harper. Hart got a hand in there, pinballed around. It winds up with Johnson. Sets up Vassell for a far corner three, and he made it. They are now 12 of 19 from three. It is a 24-point San Antonio lead.
They're just faster. They're quicker to the ball in all categories so far tonight. The Knicks got to really turn it up energy-wise.
And every time a three goes up, you feel like it's going in.
Certainly for Vassell, he's 4 for 4. Very tough Jalen Brunson floater rattled out from the far side mid-range. It is now Harper on the move. Hands to Wembanyama straight on. He'll launch a three. That one misses wide left. It's Hart with a rebound. Knicks from right to left, down 62-38. 5:15 to go, first half. Anunoby near corner. He'll pump fake Fox out of the way. Now takes him baseline and then pulled down from behind on a layup attempt. Free throws for Anunoby. Wembanyama went down on the back end. And OG will have a chance to match Brunson's team high with these two free throws. He's got 10 points.
One of the things you want to keep doing here that I'm noticing Huck Porty is doing is knocking number one on his butt as many times as possible. Wear him down, beat him down. Like, this is still a long series.
Yeah.
Regardless of how this game ends, it's still a long series. Wearing him down still needs to be part of the game plan, no matter what the scoreboard says.
The one thing I will say to that end, though, is Wemby is well aware of that also, and he is selling things, falling. I know he's 7'4" when he falls. It's a big timber situation. I get it, but he's selling it. So whoever is doing that, because I don't mind body blows in terms of the physicality of it, based on the way we've seen this game be called today, let it be done in the parameters of ball, plays on ball, plays in the game.
Anunoby gets both. So he's 6 of 6 from the line, so he does indeed get to 12 points. Vassell has 15, Wembanyama 14. It is a 22-point San Antonio lead. Final 5 minutes, second quarter. Fox is spinning turnaround for the left elbow is pure. So Fox has 13 now. It's a 24-point lead. Of course, the comeback, as Alan and Monica have mentioned, is going to have to start on the defensive end. Sohan working it to the left side at the near wing. Brunson top of the key. They'll drive around Vassell, double teamed in the lane. Ball poked free, out of bounds, left baseline. No foul called. Brunson was almost walking to the foul line, assuming shots were coming, but no.
I mean, that's the same call that Karl-Anthony Towns got called for to start the game. The hit on the
he
dribble.
splits defense.
Yeah.
There's an obvious reach in. Two bodies hit him, and it's considered a lost ball.
8 on the shot clock. Inbound to Anunoby in the far corner. Now Sohan right wing. Wembanyama guarding him and giving him plenty of space. Far side block, one to shoot. Turnaround jumper. Air ball into the hands of Hart, but the shot clock goes off. 4:31 left in the second quarter. That will count as the 7th Knick turnover. And the Spurs up by 24 are one made three-pointer away from tying the NBA Finals first half record for three-point makes. The Cavaliers hit 13 in the first half back in 2017 in Game 4.
What a time for the Knicks to have sort of a reversion of course.
Harper into the paint, met by Sohan, but a left-hand layup makes it a 26-point lead, largest of the game. Anunoby near sideline, defended by Harper. He'll take him to the foul line, spins, steps back, pulls up for a 15-footer and drills it. Anunoby's got 14. That's the new team high. 24-point game. Can you get it to the teens before halftime? Wembanyama straight up, passes left for Fox. Sets a screen, Sohan fights through it. Second screen, frees up a pass to Harper on the right side wing. And he cans a three over Hart's late contest. It is a 27-point game.
Goodness gracious, these guys are shooting otherworldly. 64% from the field, just under 62% from the three-point line.
Harper said he wouldn't have a 1-for-8 three-point shooting night again when he talked to Scott Van Pelt, and he was right. Brunson up top, missed an off-the-dribble three. Rebound tipped off of Wembanyama's leg, out of bounds, left baseline. 69-42 San Antonio.
When was the last time the Knicks allowed 70 points in a half? I can't remember. It's been
neither. Definitely not in this postseason.
And definitely not. I can't. Not after the All-Star break.
Inbound to Anunoby. No, Sohan on the right side. In for Karl-Anthony Towns and his 3 fouls, and for Mitchell Robinson in his free throw struggles. Brunson missed a far corner 3, fell down. Thought a landing area foul was coming on Johnson, but no. No race ahead from left to right. Finds a spinning Harper in the paint. He'll bank one in to make it a 29-point lead And this one is slowly slipping away from the Knicks with 3 minutes to go before halftime. Sohan on the right side. The ball keeps finding Jeremy Sohan. That cannot be plan A for the Knicks. And a foul on Vassell away from the ball, grabbing Brunson. Far sideline. That will send Brunson to the free throw line. Spurs are over the limit. 2:51 left in the second quarter. San Antonio by 29.
Well, we all know the Knicks managed to come back from a 22-point hole. The Spurs gave up a 15-point lead back in the Western Conference Series and won those games and ultimately lost that game to the Thunder. In the modern NBA, it can happen, but boy, the Knicks got to start digging really, really deep, see if they can create some momentum before we get to the halftime mark.
Yeah, that's the part is you've been trying, like at the 6-minute mark when it was 22, the thinking is close the half strong, get it into the teens, and feel like you've got a chance in the second half. The problem is it's gone the other way. With no Towns on the floor, there just isn't another threat out there that can score on his own, and you're not getting your periphery players, McBride, Shamet, others that could knock shots down. You're not getting that. And then on top of it, with Jeremy Sohan out there because you have so many issues at center, the Spurs are playing 5-on-4.
Yeah.
Or
got
4 on
extra help.
Yeah, 5-on-4.
All right, at least these fans in the building.
I give this crowd credit.
Trying to do their best.
There's always that talk about how the Garden, the tension, and the players can feel it, and there's a frustration that builds. This crowd has tried to stay in this as best they could. The home team has got to give them something to cheer about.
You can definitely feel it today.
Brunson made the first free throw. Second one does not drop in. That's the other thing. The other time they tried to rally the Knicks during a rough spell, that was the brutal Josh Hart turnover that made it 12-2 out of the gate and has not got better since. Stephon Castle on the left side, front rim to 3, rebound tipped out toward midcourt, and Vassell is able to save it just in front of Mike Breen. To the right angle, it's Victor Wembanyama. 2.5 to go before the break. He'll step back for a 3 over Anunoby that he misses, and Josh Hart wins the rebound battle, draws a foul on Castle, and that's free throws for Hart. Castle picks up his third foul, so a bit of a glimmer of positivity for the Knicks with 2:26 left. It's a 28-point deficit.
You can just tell how tense it is when a whistle blows. Guys are looking at the officials unsure of who that, like, was it me? Who was it? And this one goes in favor of the Knicks, but I think Hart was as concerned that it could have potentially gone the other way.
Yeah, he had that look on his face like, are you serious? And Castle looked to his bench begging for a challenge. When the replay shows, he clearly grabs the arm of Hart going for the rebound.
Second straight missed free throw for the Knicks. Brunson missed his second. Hart misses his first. You have 4 misses from Robinson of the 6 the Knicks have been unable to convert on. 71-43.
Canley, I don't like missed free throws on a regular day, but trying to make a comeback in the finals, goodness gracious.
And even though every call hasn't gone the Knicks' way, there will not be a post-game comment, I don't believe, from Mike Brown about free throw disparity. The Knicks have taken 20, and the Spurs have just 6. Hart misses the second. It comes back toward him. It'll rip it away from Fox. Out to Brunson, left wing. A catch-and-shoot 3. Got it. And Josh Hart says, forget the 2 free throws. I want to set up Brunson for 3 points. It's a 25-point game. 71-46 San Antonio. 2:10 remaining in the second. That was Brunson's first 3-pointer. He's got 16 points. Champagnie open, far corner, catch and shoot 3. Not this time. Brunson gets the board. Final 2 minutes before halftime. Anunoby up top, catches with speed, drives the lane. Met again by Wembanyama, so he gets it to Hart right wing. Hart threw it away, but it was falsely saved by Vassell. Threw it back to the midcourt where Brunson picked it off. Now he drives on Johnson, draws a foul, throws up a mid-range jumper just outside the foul line that misses. But that foul will send him to the free throw line for 2. Knicks down 25 with a minute 45 to go in a second quarter that's seen Brunson score 12 points.
Monica, don't you think you need more of the aggressive attacking, like Jalen Brunson's doing it, right? You need others. OG has been trying to do it as well. You need others just to not hesitate, snap, go, and look for mid-ranges. We're seeing too much stopping in the restricted area, knowing that that monster, that alien, is hovering. I think they've got to figure out how they can get more mid-range stuff rather than going all the way to the rim.
Well, coming into this series, the number was like 40% in terms of mid-range opportunities. It was down to 20% in this series, and a lot of that has to do with Victor Wembanyama. But I'm with you. Yes, you have to respect him as a shot-blocking machine, but you're also going to have to test him and take some shots.
Brunson missed the first free throw, so that was 4 in a row missed by the Knicks, not involving Mitchell Robinson. He hit the second, though. It's a 24-point game, 71-47. Spurs with the lead, 94 seconds to go in the second quarter. From left to right comes San Antonio. Fox with a pick and roll, and Wembanyama alley-oop tipped away at first, but then Wembanyama got it back and banked it home, so he's got 16. It is a 73-47 Spurs lead. Brunson knifing inside. Floater drops in, arcing it high over Wembanyama. It's now a 24-point game. 1:11 left in the second.
The Knicks are going to need a big run when they come out in the third quarter.
Oh, yeah. They still got to close this.
With Fox
Defense.
Across the paint, right corner handoff to Harper, and he hits the three. They're 14 of 25 from downtown. 27-point San Antonio advantage. Final minute, second quarter.
Right, Monica, it's all just get in the paint and spray. This is what Mike Brown wants the Knicks to do.
Making reads.
And Anunoby to the near corner, backing up on Wembanyama. Takes a three off the dribble. Very short. Might have grazed that front rim. Vassell gets the rebound. Spurs by 27. Logo three, Wembanyama off the back rim. You might call that an immature shot, but he's 22 after all.
They call it appropriate arrogance.
From the dotted line, Brunson missed a floater short, forcing it over Vassell, and tried to go 2 for 1, but now just a second and a half between shot clock and game clock. 76-49, Spurs with the lead. Of course, if that Wembanyama shot goes in, it's a veteran savvy. Most threes in any half in the NBA Finals. They've set the record. 14 triples for the Spurs. 5 seconds left. They lead by 27. Fox zero step with the paint. Floater misses short. Got his own rebound. Threw it up and off. And San Antonio is 2 quarters away from tying this series at 2 games apiece. 76-49 is the score. And the fans are not happy here at the world's most famous arena.
It's not just the fans. I mean, the Knicks can't be pleased with this performance at all. Now, the good news is you got a lot of basketball left to play, but it's going to require a level of energy on the defensive side of the basketball. It has to start there. Shot making is one thing. Now, you get Karl-Anthony Towns back on the floor, I think, although he technically has 3 fouls, and I wonder if Mike Brown will start him to return this third.
Yeah, I think you have to. Your best punch is coming in the first 6 minutes of the half, and you need all hands on deck. You can't worry about it. You got to go for it. Something else that has to change. The water's got to turn off from 3 for the Spurs. Maybe the half breaks the rhythm. I don't know. But also the Knicks, this is uncharacteristic for them. 4 of 12 from downtown. Only 12 attempts, but 4 of 12. That's not who they've been throughout this run.
Time now for your ingredients to victory, brought to you by Calandra's Bakery. And it's Jalen Brunson who's trying his best to help get this team out of this funk. He's got 19 points at the half. A bunch of them came in that second quarter, 12 in fact, in terms of trying to close the gap. But we're going to need more of that and, of course, overall defense from this squad. Those were the ingredients to victory, brought to you by Calandra's Bakery. Calandra's Bakery, just 4 simple ingredients, still made by hand since 1962. Available fresh daily at your local supermarket.
Alan Hahn, I wish you saw a better quarter of Knicks basketball.
I know.
But thanks so much for joining us.
I enjoyed
it. A Game 6 back here at MSG. So could be a long series, could be a big comeback. Knicks hoping to make it happen in about 15 minutes after the Wu-Tang Clan halftime show here at Madison Square Garden. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
This is the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. Now, here's Pat O'Keefe.
Game 4 here at Madison Square Garden, and the Knicks are in a 27-point hole at the half as the Spurs lead 76-49. It is now time for the Knicks halftime report powered by ZipRecruiter. But before we break down the first half, let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson. And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Pat O'Keefe still joined by Alan Hahn here at Madison Square Garden at the half as the Knicks trail the Spurs 76-49. All right, Alan, when you look at the score and everything that's happened so far, where do you begin to describe how the Knicks have gotten here?
Well, it starts to me on the defensive end. I think they, once again, what we saw in Game 3, it was too much, especially in the first quarter, of the Spurs getting the shots they wanted and getting them comfortably. I keep saying comfortable because the Spurs look way too comfortable for a road team, just like the Knicks looked comfortable in San Antonio. And I think that's something that bothers you at first. And then you see the missed shots, typical shots the Knicks make. These were not highly contested shots, and these are shots early in a game when you start missing them, it gets in your head. And then all of a sudden, in a blink, it's a 10-point game. The 2 fouls on Towns, I thought the reversal of the foul on Wembanyama to an offensive foul on Towns was the wrong call. I think that's one of those you don't call anything, right? I don't think it was enough to give Towns his second foul. You could tell that really the Knicks got frustrated by that. And then from there, you got to credit the Spurs. They were red hot from three-point range. Those 4 guards are in attack mode. We talk so much about Wembanyama. We don't talk nearly enough about those 4 guards, Castle, Fox, Vassell, and Harper. They, all of them, are in this game right now locked in, whether it's on defense and especially in catch-and-shoot threes.
The crowd is clearly frustrated with the officiating. Is that trickling down to the Knicks? Is too much being made of the officiating?
It really looked like it in the beginning of the game, especially, again, the Towns' second foul when it looked like he drew one on Wembanyama and he was going to start attacking Wemby, make him play defense. You know, the Knicks had gotten it back to where it was a manageable game at that point, 14-10. I just feel like that affected the Knicks a little bit, but I don't think it was the officiating as much as it was their own doing. The fact that the Spurs couldn't miss and they couldn't make normal makeable shots, how could it not? For any team, how could that not frustrate you and get you tight? You know this is a pivotal game. You know how important this game is. I think they got tight. They lost their big man in Towns, and they had no answer for Wembanyama once he went to the bench.
Well, especially because it seems like with Towns on the bench, the Knicks are playing 4-on-5 offensively. They're doing Hackimich. Jeremy Sohan's not a threat from outside,
right.
Neither is Huck Porter.
Yeah, that's a big part of it, too, is because you don't have an answer in this situation, and Towns is such a key piece in this series. You know what his plus-minus is on the court. When he's on the court, the Knicks are an exponentially better team. And so because of that foul trouble early, it really set a tone. But again, I don't agree with the reversal, but I am not putting this on officiating. The Knicks started this game off poorly again. That's 4 straight times. They've had bad starts to games, and they've had to chase the scoreboard. But this time, and rather than rallying back like they had done in the past, especially in Game 3, the Spurs really throttled down and blew them off the court in the second quarter.
Knicks have had a double-digit deficit in the first quarter in each of the 4 games of the finals so far. Let's get to the top-shelf performance of the game, brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon.
Right corner handoff to Harper, and he hits the 3. They're 14 of 25 from downtown. 27-point San Antonio advantage. Final minute, second quarter.
Alan, how can it not be the Spurs three-point shooting? Now 14 for 26, 53%. You spoke about the Knicks defense and how the Spurs are comfortable offensively. Are these open shots,
yes,
or are these tough shots?
Well, these are rhythm shots. It's a lot of, I was saying this to Monica and Tyler, the Spurs are playing the offense that the Knicks had been playing when they were at their best. Get into the paint, spray to 3. So that's what they've been doing. Into the paint, spraying out for corner threes, and they are just crushing the Knicks with these kick-out corner threes. It got to a point where every time they rose up to take one, you thought it was going in, and you were almost surprised when they missed. The Knicks had a taste of their own medicine, because for 2 months, we watched them in the playoffs do this to other teams, and we've seen other teams quit. What I want to see in the start of this third quarter is what do the Knicks have in them to keep pushing and keep fighting, because maybe you might lose this game, but there's still something to be earned going into a Game 5 when you're going on the road. You can wear down the other team, you can send a message, you can find your game. There is still valuable 24 minutes in this game that the Knicks have to play, and play all the way through. Run through the tape on this game, regardless of the scoreboard.
Spurs 53% from downtown. That was the top shelf performance of the game, brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon. Aged longer and never watered down. When you know what's right, don't change a damn thing. Campari America, New York, New York, never compromise. Drink responsibly. This is the Knicks halftime report, powered by Zip Recruiter. Pat O'Keefe, Alan Hahn at the Garden. Knicks trailed the Spurs halftime of Game 4, 76-49. The Knicks trailed by 22 points in Game 1 with 7.5 minutes to go, the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, the Spurs are not the Cleveland Cavaliers, but if you're the Knicks, how do you approach things coming out of the locker room right now?
Well, again, you got to play faster. I think they got to be a little more aggressive when it comes to offense. I think that's most importantly. They're clearly going to make an adjustment on closing out on the shooters. That could open the paint, though, and allow Wembanyama to operate one-on-one against whoever's guarding him, which could be an impossible thing. You got to get stops. It's got to start that way. You know this crowd will get into it. It'll create the momentum that they need. But stops were something they were struggling with at the very beginning of this game. The only way to get back in the game. You got to make shots, of course, but they have got to turn off the water, because it was flowing for the Spurs in that first half.
In the NBA's play-by-play era, since 1996-97, Towns is the quickest to 2 fouls in a game in NBA Finals history. It took him 62 seconds to pick up that second foul.
Like I said, that first foul was, he turned his hip into him. They drove at him. You could tell the Spurs were planning, get Towns out of the game. Drive at him. Draw a foul on him. You know that's part of the strategy. So they get one. Okay. That other one, though, does he chicken wing him? I mean, we're talking about a split second The rest of it was a foul on Wembanyama. The fact that they reversed it, to me, was shocking. And it definitely set a tone early in this game that had the Knicks already at a disadvantage. After all the rhetoric coming out of Game 3, this only will amplify the conversation about the officiating in this series.
Wembanyama, by the way, no foul so far tonight.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
One way or another, you guys will have plenty to talk about on the postgame show. Thanks,
No
Alan.
question.
Knicks fans, the action doesn't stop when the buzzer sounds. Catch ESPN New York on YouTube for all the New York sports talk you love. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Subscribe now and stay locked in. ESPN New York on YouTube. So the Knicks trail by 27 at the break. Jalen Brunson leading the way with 19 points. OG Anunoby with 14. Stream Knicks pre- and post-game coverage during the playoffs, plus hours of on-demand content anywhere you go. Download the Gotham Sports app. It's free with your MSG TV subscription. Sign in and start streaming today. But the Knicks shooting just 40% as a team. They're 4 for 12 from downtown. The Spurs are 14 out of 26. And this Saturday, tune into MSG at 7:30 p.m. to get Knicks pregame coverage for Game 5 against the Spurs, and then tune back in after the game for all things postgame on MSG or stream on the Gotham Sports app. And that was the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter. When you're hiring, never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter. Try ZipRecruiter free right now at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Second half coming up with Tyler and Monica. I'll be back with you on the postgame show. Knicks trail the Spurs at the break 76-49. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. The second half is coming right up.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Wild Turkey Bourbon master distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin modern windows and doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
It's the playoffs. Knicks fans, get in on all the postseason action with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and make every matchup mean more than ever with the best daily promotions in the business. Plus, enjoy thousands of casino games with BetMGM Casino in New Jersey. Download today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
The start of the second half is brought to you by Nissan. Every Nissan is designed for people who refuse to settle for less. So take life by the wheel and drive it like you mean it. Visit NissanUSA.com or your local dealer. With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. The Knicks trail the Spurs by 27 at halftime, 76-49. It would have to be their biggest playoff comeback of all time, but they set that record and matched it twice more last year with 20-point come-from-behind wins. And then they set it again with a 22-point comeback win in the fourth quarter against Cleveland in Game 1. You've heard all that before. None of it matters at this point. They have to erase a 27-point deficit in the next 24 minutes of game time. They do get possession to begin this third quarter. Brunson, Hart, Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns, who picked up the fastest 2,000 NBA Finals history since they started tracking it 30 years ago.
An ominous honor for Karl Anthony Towns.
And again, it wasn't foolish fouls. It was tough luck, quick whistle, more in that department. Knicks from left to right in white, Spurs in black. It is Towns to the left point, swings it, or tries to anyway, to the right corner and does for Anunoby. Pump fake, shifts to his left, drives to the elbow, pull-up jumper very short over Fox. Rebound was tipped by Hart, but no one there to pick up the loose ball besides Julian Champagnie.
Hart got up, shaking that left wrist too. He's going to play through it. Hopefully that's nothing that lingers.
Foul line, Fox turns and finds a right wing shooter. Devin Vassell hasn't missed until now. He was 4 for 4 from downtown. Rebound lost out of bounds by San Antonio.
This is a pivotal stretch for these New York Knicks if they're going to begin to chip into this thing and make this a basketball game. How you come out of the third quarter for the third quarter was important in the Game 3 appearance here as well, and obviously here it's urgent for a different reason.
Brunson left side wing, crosses over, hops up in the lane, finds Hart right corner into the right wing for Anunoby. He drills a three. Third three-pointer for Anunoby. It's a 24-point game. Well, one thing's for sure about this series, the potential X factor of Spurs' inexperience and youth. It's turned out not to be a factor at all as Wembanyama catches far block, missed a bank shot, outlet to Anunoby. He got stripped on the layup by Champagnie, and the ball was saved for the baseline by Vassell. Now it's Castle, whips it to the far corner. Wembanyama lines up a wide open three and connects in front of the Knicks bench. Just his second three-pointer on 6 attempts, but it's right back to a 27-point game.
Yeah, you didn't exactly want to exchange baskets here if you're the Knicks.
Now it's Hart at the right side, MSG Chase logo. To Towns on the right wing, into the near corner for Bridges. Drives on Wembanyama, fade away from the dotted line. Air ball probably deflected by Wemby's long arms. It's Vassell the other way. Castle near corner, driving over Brunson. He took a hit, fell down, offensive foul, and it's number 4 on Stephon Castle, who only has 5 of their 79 points tonight. But if you get him out of there, maybe your offense can flow a little better if you're the Knicks.
And you get a little bit of pressure off of Jalen Brunson. Now, the Spurs have multiple defenders that they're content using on Brunson, but Castle has been one of the better ones throughout the course of this series.
So Keldon Johnson will have to come into the game. The Spurs bench has played well, led by 15 points from Dylan Harper. A 22-2 bench scoring advantage. Knicks have a Jordan Clarkson bucket, but 0 for 3 from Deuce McBride from downtown.
That bench stat is particularly painful as Mike Brown has already gone 7 deep into his bench rotation, and they've only been able to produce 2 points.
2 minutes into the third quarter. Towns top of the key, defended by the smaller Champagnie, so he'll take him to the elbow. 2 more steps toward the rim. He's stripped out of bounds off his leg, right baseline. The quick hands of Champagnie force the 10th Knick turnover. 79-52 San Antonio. Vassell on the left wing, dribbles toward the foul line, looking around and back to the top of the key for Fox. Slashing to the foul line, pulls up for a jumper, and he rolls it in over Anunoby. It's now an 81-52 lead, the largest San Antonio advantage, up by 29.
Yeah, and here in the games at the Garden, De'Aaron Fox in particular has found a nice rhythm. It's been a little bit more quiet than that of Wembanyama and Castle.
Yeah, Wembanyama hits Towns up high. Towns goes down into a prone position. Wembanyama pats him on the ribs as if to maybe apologize. Yeah, he got him with his right hands into his face. Towns is down, and with 9:27 to go, we have a stoppage in play. 81-52 is the score. Fans making especially loud noise, perhaps because Wembanyama avoided a flagrant foul on the push against Brunson on Monday. And it looks as if they'll give this a look. I believe this is the 3rd or 4th time they have reviewed a foul for a potential upgrade to a flagrant tonight.
I gotta say, as much as I don't love the flow of this game, I think it's been really difficult for the Knicks. Now, the Spurs are playing in the same game, and they've been fine.
Ruling on the floor of a defensive foul on Wembanyama is under review to see if it meets the criteria for a flagrant foul.
I would be surprised if that's upgraded.
Same.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn how you can save big when you bundle your Fios home internet and mobile plans. Only at Verizon. 9:27 remaining in this third quarter. A 29-point Spurs lead in Game 4.
Now, one of the things, as we just discussed this, that separates this from what we saw earlier in this ball game, Victor Wembanyama is trying to back up and get out of the way as Karl Anthony Towns is heading to go set this screen. You could argue that this was a basketball move, even though the contact is obviously above the head, neck, and into Karl Anthony Towns' chin. But we'll see.
Towns, of course, limited with 3 fouls. Similar story to what we saw from Mikal Bridges in Game 3. 6 points in 10 minutes for Cat. 3 rebounds. Of course, they won the first 2 games largely because Towns was outplaying Victor Wembanyama when he hasn't been able to get on the court against Wembanyama here. Now, we got a closer look at the replay. It looks like more of a elbow to the lower end of the chin. That's a different story here, which explains the longer review, a different angle.
Well, but I think, though, you're right. It is an elbow to the chin, but it's out of, I believe, Victor Wembanyama trying to get his hand out of there, I think, in terms of trying to get back and behind Karl Anthony Towns to prepare to defend this screen action. But we'll have to see. This is a long review.
Yeah, they're done looking at it. And your theory, Monica, everything looks worse in slow motion in terms of how hard the contact was. So I'll continue to say I'm surprised, or I would be surprised if it's upgraded, but you never know.
After review, it's been deemed the elbow of Wembanyama makes unnecessary contact to the chin of Towns.
Wow.
This rises to the level of a flagrant foul, penalty 1.
So, if I have it right, that means Wembanyama's next flagrant foul will lead to a 1-game suspension, which makes you wonder if they had given him a flagrant foul on review for that Brunson foul.
Oh, boy, now we're going here.
Would they have given him a flagrant there, knowing that if you call that a flagrant, he can't play, if I have the rule right, in Game 5? I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't get the one in Game 3, so here we are. But I do believe you have that correct. We talked about it plenty this morning.
This is the Draymond Green rule, right? He picked up his 4th flagrant foul in the 2016 finals, so he had to miss one of the games, which helped lead to the 3-1 collapse for Golden State. So Karl Anthony Towns gets 2 free throws. We talked so much about officiating and flagrant foul reviews. We've forgotten to update the score, I'm sure. It's now 81-53 on the Towns free throw. It's a 28-point deficit for the Knicks. Got the basket to our right with 9:27 left in the third. Towns ready for his 4th free throw of the night. It's in the air and it is through the hoop, so it is a 27-point game. Knicks will keep the ball.
So if you're breaking this thing up into chunks, can you get it to 20? Can you get it under 20 in the next 4 or so?
It's Josh Hart, bounce passing to Towns on the far side, mid-range, defended by Johnson. Over to Brunson, left wing, catch and shoot 3. In and out, rebound tipped over to Wembanyama. Brunson 1 of 4 from beyond the arc. He does have a game-high 19, tied with Wemby. 9:09 left in the third. 81-54 San Antonio. Fox shimmies left side, passes to the right wing for Vassell, caught in the lane, gets rid of it to Wembanyama. Now it's Johnson in the paint, right hand layup around and out, tipped loose by Johnson. Second put back off the front rim, wouldn't go. Good defense from Towns. Now it is Hart from left to right. Bounce pass to a streaking Anunoby in a right hand stuff over Wembanyama. 81-56 now.
If the Knicks are not going to be able to turn the Spurs over, they got to start getting off these defensive rebounds, ripping and running, going before this defense can get set.
Champagne jacked up a left side 3, but missed it short. He's 1 of 5 from downtown. Now Bridges far corner, dribbles toward the left, elbow across the foul line. In a circle now, gives it to Brunson, top of the key. Sets a screen, right wing triple. That's good. Back-to-back 3-pointers, Anunoby and then Brunson. And all of a sudden, it is down to a 22-point game, and Mitch Johnson needs timeout.
A 7-0 run here for the Knicks. They're finding their way from behind the three-point line and in the paint for that matter. But it's their intensity on the defensive glass, grabbing the ball and attacking the Spurs defense before it can completely load up. The shift in speed has created these opportunities.
81-59, San Antonio in front, but the Knicks have shaved 8 points off what was, or 7 points off what was a 29-point deficit. Call this a Knicks timeout, sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn how you can save big when you bundle your Fios home internet and mobile plans. Only at Verizon. 8:23 remaining in the third. And all of a sudden, that feels like a whole lot of time. Knicks only down by 22. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.
If you think a new central air conditioning system is out of your budget, think again. Slomin's is here to change the game with their preseason super sale. They're now offering cutting-edge 18-SEER 2026 refrigerant-compliant R45 4B systems expertly installed by their certified technicians, all at the lowest prices of the year. That's right. Get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Plus, they're including a comprehensive service plan for 5 years, including annual system checks, filter replacement, and refrigerant to keep your AC running smoothly all summer long. Call Slomin's today at 516-932-7000 for your free estimate. But hurry, these cool savings won't last. That's 516-932-7000 or visit ac.slomans.com. 18-month promo period, no payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. The offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
Knicks were down by 29 with 9:40 left in the third quarter. But in about 70 seconds, they've trimmed it to 22. Three-pointers from OG Anunoby and Jalen Brunson. 22 for the captain, 19 for Anunoby. And right now they are trying to carry this Knicks offense.
If this Knicks offense were to find its way from the three-point line, it would be reminiscent of what we saw in Game 2. That was a tale of sort of the each half for each team, respectively, from the three-point line.
San Antonio ball from right to left, 81-59 Spurs trying to tie this NBA Finals at 2 games apiece. Wembanyama out high, defended by Towns. Hands to Fox, top of the key. Right elbow Fox, sends it left for Harper. A 3 from the wing, back rim no, rebound Towns. The Spurs finally cooled off from 3. They started 11 of 16. Brunson on the right side. Arc almost had a dribble tipped away from Johnson. He'll go right at him to the right elbow. Pump fake, fade away, jump shot, short. And Harper the rebound. And Brunson 7 of 17 from the field.
Had enough lift on that shot. Didn't have the distance trying to get over Wembanyama.
Wemby's got the ball on the high side wing, defended by Towns, who he just elbowed in the chin. It was called a flagrant, which started this Knick run. Wemby up top, pass to him was out of his reach. It went right to Brunson. 2-on-1 with Anunoby, and then Wembanyama, a big soccer fan, punched the ball.
I knew you were going to say that.
Into the front row on the Brunson bounce pass intended for Anunoby. 7:25 left in the third. I'm told the World Cup has either started or is about to start.
It's getting ready to, I believe.
Good luck to all those teams.
It's going to be active in New York City.
Even more than it already is during a Knicks Finals run. For the first time since 1999. Hoping not to waste this opportunity, though, after taking the first 2 games in San Antonio. Towns spins right block, missed a bunny over Johnson with Wembanyama lurking.
I like that Towns just went, though. He didn't play with the basketball. He spun off the defender and attacked the rim.
Spurs at the front court left, 7:07 to go, third quarter. They lead by 22. Vassell, long left wing catch and shoot 3. Front rim miss over Anunoby. That was a very contested shot by Vassell, but he's had the hot hand. He was 4 of 5 from 3 before that miss. Towns out high, defended by Johnson. Rifles a pass, right corner. Anunoby for 3 is good. OG Anunoby's 4th three-pointer. It's a 19-point game.
An important element here in this second quarter also is Karl-Anthony Towns. He had just 3 with the foul trouble in the first half.
10-0 Knicks run. And here comes the crowd.
Celebrity Row is trying to lead the way in terms of getting this crowd into it.
Fox and Wembanyama pick and roll. Johnson open, left corner 3. Missed it on a rainbow arc. Rebound Brunson. Knicks are down 19. The crowd makes it sound like they're down 9. Brunson right block under the hoop. Dribbles in the circle. Steve Nash style out to Anunoby. Hot hand left wing. Bridges far corner. Driving to the foul line. Right elbow pull-up jumper. Back rim, no. He thought he was fouled by Johnson.
That's a shot Bridges had been hitting up until game 3 of this series. He's been so good there with his patented mid-range fadeaway.
Trying to get someone else involved. Both Brunson and Anunoby have 22 points. No other Knick in double figures. 81-62 San Antonio. Will this young team have enough resolve to hang on? Fox, and off the dribble. Bad 3, short from the top of the key. All of a sudden, San Antonio can't get clean looks. Halfway through the third quarter. Still work to do for the Knicks, down 19. Brunson right side on Wembanyama. Starts his dribble, now backs up. He had Wemby stumbling. Gets it back off a pass from Anunoby. Top of the key, crossing over Harper. Stops, turns, kicks, right wing Anunoby. Hart into the near corner. Drives on Harper. Out to the far corner, a 3 from Bridges. Too strong, but then tipped out of bounds by Fox because of Towns' hustle on the glass. Knicks will keep it down 19 with 5:33 to go in the third quarter. Landry Shamet and Jose Alvarado will check in.
I like the way that the ball is moving with urgency by the Knicks. They got to be aware of the shot clock. I think Josh Hart probably should have taken the 3 that he had with about 4.5 or so on the shot clock, as opposed to the grenade that Mikal Bridges was forced into. And we got some substitutions here in terms of just trying to conserve energy so that these guys can continue to play intensely on the defensive side of the basketball.
They take both of their top wing stoppers out, Anunoby and Bridges. I believe it's the first time we've seen Alvarado and Brunson share the court together in this finals. Stephon Castle will come back in. This run really started when he had his 4th foul. Hart, top of the key, buries a 3 off the inbound. They left Josh Hart alone. He made him pay. And the Knicks are back within 16 on a 13-0 run.
This crowd is really making this 16 feel a lot closer than one might think of when you think of a game with this margin. But the Spurs are just 1 for 7 from 3 in this third quarter. Meanwhile, the Knicks have found their way.
Harper in the lane, pass to nowhere, hoping for Cornette. He got Hart instead. Coast to coast, Josh Hart, Shamet far corner, catch and shoot 3. Short. Rebound, batted out to Shamet. Towns up top, whistle, and the play is dead. Towns bricked the 3 wide left, distracted by the whistle, but the foul is against San Antonio. Devin Vassell clapping his hands, trying to settle down this young team. But this is a moment where they probably wish they had a more veteran player out there. 81-65, Wembanyama is out. Cornette is in. Knicks ball down 16.
Meanwhile, for the Knicks, you continue to look at this thing in increments. 6 is a 2-possession ball game potentially. You bring this thing back to 10, and you really are a live wire again.
Far sideline inbound coming from Brunson. 12 on the shot clock. It's a handoff back from Hart. 5 to play third quarter. Down by 16 on a 13-0 run. Alvarado at midcourt has to take it off the dribble 3 and missed it wide left at the end of the shot clock. I think bottom of the backboard. 4:46 to go in the third. Castle back in and running the point from right to left. Up top, Hart fell down. Castle passes left for Champagnie. Return feed to Castle. Driving right, pulls up for a mid-range jumper and draws a foul on Josh Hart. So a chance to end the 13-0 run, and wouldn't you know it, Stephon Castle back on the court with 4 fouls and quickly having an impact. He'll get 2 shots at the basket to our left.
Oh, man, that's a tough one. Oh, well, Hart gets Castle on the arm. There's not much to debate there. Initially, Castle does have a little bit of an arm extension, but you can't really, when you slap a guy on the elbow, there's nothing you can say.
First free throw is good, so the 13-0 run is indeed over. It was with 9:40 left in the third quarter. De'Aaron Fox hit a 16-foot jumper to make it 81-52 Spurs. That was when the Knicks comeback started from down 29. Right now, it's a 17-point deficit. Second free throw is good. Remember, Stephon Castle at the 2 game-sealing free throws at the end of Game 3. Made it a 4-point lead, and the Knicks did not have enough time to come back. Alvarado right side drive, finds Hart up top. A left point three, not this time. High off the back rim, tipped and handled by Wembanyama.
Karl-Anthony Towns does a good job of getting out of there. Don't swipe at that basketball. He cannot pick up any foul.
18-point lead for San Antonio. Have they righted the ship? Harper driving right all the way to the rim. Blocked, no, but a foul on Karl-Anthony Towns. And that will be number 4. This is where the Knicks have to decide, is Towns' presence on the court a key reason why they've been able to chip away at this deficit, or can they survive without him? And for most of the series, the answer to that question has been no. 4:10 left in the third.
He was smart on the other end not to pick up one 90 feet away from the basket. On this end, he's just put in a difficult spot. Dylan Harper is so good at the rim.
They're leaving him in as Harper makes the first free throw.
I don't know if they're leaving him in. On the end of the bench, it looks like Mitchell Robinson is up.
So not immediately did they make the decision. And Anunoby coming in for Hart. And yes, you called it, Monica. Robinson in for Towns. So Brunson, Alvarado, Shamet, Anunoby, and Robinson.
He had 4 rebounds in this 8-minute stretch, if you will, that were really important in terms of taking away opportunities for the Spurs to score on second chance points and giving the Knicks a chance to run before the Spurs defense could load up.
Harper gets both, so after the 13-0 run, got it down to 16. 4 straight San Antonio free throws, it's back to 20. 85-65 Spurs, and the crowd quiets again. Knicks ball from left to right, final 4 minutes, third quarter. Brunson at the center court logo, high ball screen right from Robinson, picked up by Wembanyama to the near elbow. He felt contact on his hip, so he throws up a floater and dropped it in. Jalen Brunson had his leg tangled up with Harper, so he found his spot at the right foul line extended and a chance at a 3-point play.
This is just the captain doing everything he can to will his team into victory. For all the conversation around officiating, the Knicks have shot 25 free throws so far. The Spurs have shot just 10.
Brunson a friendly roll on the free throw. He's 7 of 9 from the stripe tonight. 25 points, the new game high. And it's a 17-point game again. Castle to the right point, passes left. Champagny driving on Brunson, steps back and into the near corner for Harper. Strong baseline drive, spins away from Anunoby, who fell down as Harper drills an 11-foot fadeaway.
Man, that is just tough. I mean, the intensity that Harper attacks the rim and then his ability to stop puts defense in just a difficult position.
19-point game. Anunoby catch and drive right side, stripped by Champagny on his way to the rim. Ball went out of bounds off of the backboard, and it will stay with New York, they'll say. Probably a play where the ball was jarred loose by San Antonio, but Anunoby's momentum might have touched it last. Spurs thinking about challenging, but they run out of time. Inbound, it comes to Robinson. Hand back to Brunson. Pick and roll right side. Harper on his hip. Right elbow sidestep pull-up jumper. Got it. Maybe Jalen Brunson's found the rhythm. Going to have to start hitting him in a hurry. He's got 27 points, and it's back to a 17-point game.
You're accurate there, but I continue to maintain the rhythm has to be on the defensive end. The Knicks really got to get back to that little bit of a 13-0 run where their defense was so sound. There you go.
Harper airball to 3, stepping back on Anunoby, who shakes his head after a good contest. Knicks ball down 17. They're up 21-11 in this quarter. Now the Knicks will either be charged with a timeout or take a timeout. We do need to have a media break. And with 2:58 left in the third quarter, we'll take it. 87-70. Knicks with the advantage. When we come back, pivotal final 3 minutes of the third. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
The finals are here and both teams are set. And now you can trade every game on Kalshi. New York is currently trading at 78% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out over $120 if they can close out the series. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers. And as the odds move, you can buy in or out anytime. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code ORANGE to get $10 when you trade $10. KALSHI. Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today. For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Hoops fans, let's clear the glass. Citywide window cleaning. 3rd generation, 50-plus years serving Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Hoboken, and Jersey City. Commercial or residential, we go full court with private home cleanings, empty apartment turnarounds, and monthly amenity spaces. Property managers, resident managers, private tenants, book annual or bi-yearly cleanings. We treat your windows like our own. No job too big or small. Get a quote at cwwindow.com. Citywide, see the city like it's courtside.
$87-70. San Antonio has the lead, but momentum on New York's side. And Spurs probably happy to get that immediate timeout. They had a 29-point lead with just over 9 minutes to go in this third quarter. It is all the way down to 17 for the game. 27 for Brunson, 22 for Anunoby. Nobody else has more than 10 for New York. But if they find their way to double figures, that feels like, as you've mentioned, Monica, where they can really round out this comeback attempt with efficient offense down the stretch.
Yeah, and each of these timeouts are an opportunity to come out and execute sharply. That's on both sides of the floor, whether the Knicks have the ball or whether they need to defend soundly. Like, there's little room for error as they are trying to close the gap on this one. 15 is a little different from near 30, 28, whatever it was at the peak of this lead. But it doesn't mean that it's an insurmountable lead. 26. What was I looking at? 29. I apologize.
29.
I was right. I said 28 and 30. My bad. 29 right in the middle.
29 as mentioned. Largest comeback ever in the NBA Finals was a Game 4 back in 2008. The Celtics overcame a 24-point deficit against the Lakers. They won that series. Alley-oop to Robinson from Jalen Brunson. He throws it down. It's a 15-point game. Wembanyama back in, however. Knicks have Brunson, Shamet, Clarkson, Anunoby, and Robinson on the floor.
This is where they've got to be about it. They've got to be sound on this end of the floor.
Nice kick from Castle to Fox, but he can't cash in with a left corner three. Castle the offensive rebound. Out to Wembanyama for a right wing triple. That's too strong, but Fox gets an offensive rebound again. Wemby straight on three. This one hits the heel a second time, and Robinson secures the rebound. 2:09 left, third quarter.
Now, we saw earlier Mitchell Robinson trying to be in that position that where Karl-Anthony Towns would usually be. No such thing on this possession.
Brunson got double teamed and threw it away. Pass was tipped by Champagne. He'll take it coast to coast and missed a layup, but Wembanyama tried to tip it home and is able to draw a foul.
What?
Jordan Clarkson is whistled for the personal.
The turnover is killing you, and that's from the captain. That's who you least expect it. Clarkson gets his hand in the back of Wembanyama. Oh, man. The Spurs, though, did send a double team on that possession, and so that bothered Brunson and forced him into that turnover.
It's been so good to find the open man when they send two at him, but not that time. Castle from right to left at the near side wing. Wembanyama hard screen, no foul call. John Starks is upset, and it leads to a Vassell right wing three. He's made 5 of those on 7 attempts. It's back to an 18-point lead. I thought John Starks was going to hop on the court from the left baseline in his front row seat. 1:34 left in the third. Brunson double teamed again. It will pass to Shamet. Dribbles right, passes right. Got it back from the corner from Clarkson. Brunson up top, catch and drive on Vassell. Whips it right corner for Clarkson, but the pass was low. Clarkson forcing it to catch it. He'll drive, turn to the foul line, and a dotted line floater rattles around and out, and Wembanyama gets the rebound. 1:14 left in the third. Knicks had got it down to 15 points. And then a turnover at midcourt.
Yeah, Spurs gift the Knicks here. Let's see if they can capitalize.
18-point San Antonio lead. De'Aaron Fox gave it away. 68 seconds left in the third. San Antonio 90, New York 72. Anunoby near corner. Pump fake on Castle, now gets it to Robinson at the right elbow, hands back to Anunoby, sets a screen. Anunoby step back, right wing three, front rim, backboard and in. Soft touch for OG Anunoby. It's his 5th three-pointer, and it's back to 15.
He's got 25 points so far tonight, and it has been a monster performance by him to help keep the Knicks in this thing.
So many tough shots made during these last 2 games at MSG for OG Anunoby. He had 28 on Monday, 25 tonight. Fox left side drive on Brunson, kicked out of bounds by San Antonio. De'Aaron Fox back-to-back turnovers. He's supposed to be the veteran on this team. The Knicks will take over. 33 seconds left in the third.
They're going to go with Karl Anthony Towns in an effort to get a clean and positive possession offensively here.
Mitchell Robinson will check out. It is Brunson, Shamet, Clarkson, Anunoby, and Towns.
So now you're a little bit more confident in the opportunity of Karl Anthony Towns being your facilitator and getting those screening actions away from the ball so that he can choose a side.
Knicks will not force the 2-for-1. They've been getting good shots all quarter. Brunson across midcourt from left to right. 25 seconds to go in the third, 13 on the shot clock. Brunson and Anunoby pick and roll. Pass to OG, catches, drives, stripped on the dunk attempt by Fox. Towns got the loose ball. Clarkson out high, drives right elbow, and then he throws it into a crowd of Spurs. Looking for Shamet in the right corner, but
just too much passing.
That pass had no chance. 5 seconds left in the third. Wembanyama up top, hounded by Towns, has to be careful. 4 fouls. Wemby leans in, and a leaner misses from the left elbow, and the Knicks have somehow trimmed a 29-point lead down to 15, which is the best you could probably ask for heading into the fourth quarter, thanks to a 26-14 advantage in the third.
They went 5 of 10 from the three-point line in that quarter, which was certainly beneficial in terms of closing the gap. 15 is definitely manageable in today's NBA, but you got to wonder if they're going to have enough stamina to get over the hump in this fourth quarter. They've got a lot of work to do, and the Spurs are not relenting. They're still shooting just under 50% at 48% from the free throw line, and they are winning the rebounding battle by 1.
Become an Amazon Hub partner and earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Learn more about Amazon Hub Delivery and get started at amazon.com/hub delivery. 90-75, Spurs lead the Knicks. The fourth quarter of Game 4 is next. Will it be a 3-1 Knick lead or 2-2 going to San Antonio this weekend? We're 12 game minutes away from finding out. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
Hey, New York basketball fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $19.99 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Switch today for savings you can count on. Call 1-800-VERIZON or visit a Verizon store today to learn more. Limited time offer for new Fios internet and mobile customers. Discount applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
In New York City, young men of color deserve every opportunity to succeed. The NYC Young Men's Initiative is investing in futures through education, workforce development, healthcare, and justice programs designed to uplift and empower. And through programs like the Cooney Fatherhood Academy, we're supporting young fathers and building brighter futures for themselves and their families. Visit nyc.gov/YMI programs or at NYC Young Men on all socials to learn more.
It's the playoffs. Knicks fans, get in on all the postseason action with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and make every matchup mean more than ever with the best daily promotions in the business. Plus, enjoy thousands of casino games with BetMGM Casino in New Jersey. Download today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's always sunny with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Sun Cruiser's meant for kicking back with friends. Easy drinking, no guilt, just good times. Refreshing, goes down smooth, and at only 100 calories, Sun Cruiser lets you enjoy the ride. Available in single cans and packs. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
Sun Cruiser Beverage Company, Boston, Mass. All nutritional information based on 12-ounce serving. Please drink responsibly.
Thank you.
Well, after San Antonio scored their most points in any playoff quarter this postseason with 41 in the first, the Knicks just held them to their lowest scoring postseason quarter in the third, only 14 points. And from 29 down, the Knicks are back within 15, but it's Spurs ball from right to left. Wembanyama blocked on a shot by Robinson, and then Brunson looked like he saved it from the baseline, but no, he was out of bounds on the left side. But what a hustle play. A group of Knicks alumni just got the crowd fired up. Ben Stiller, who did not play for the Knicks but is an amazing super fan, was
right in the middle.
In the middle of the players, it was Amon Shumpert. Kurt Thomas is here. You got John Starks, Larry Johnson, the whole gang. And then on the inbound pass, it's tipped out of bounds, apparently by the Knicks. And on that replay, it sure looked like Brunson saved that block from Robinson, but the call did not go the Knicks' way.
Yeah, and the Knicks challenge squad is usually pretty good. Looks like they're going to use it here.
They had really two opportunities to use it.
Right, yeah.
And indeed, it looked like the ball went off of Wembanyama's fingertips toward that far sideline. And the benefit, of course, is that it happened right in front of the Knicks bench. So an easy, quick challenge from Jordan Brink.
Every possession is critical here. And as I was just about
going on the floor of San Antonio basketball is being challenged by New York.
Jordan Brink and company are usually very discerning on when to use challenges. So they must feel pretty confident about this one.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn how you can save big when you bundle your Fios home internet and mobile plans. Only at Verizon. If this challenge is successful, it's Knicks ball down by 15 with 11:46 remaining in the fourth quarter. Fans think they know the call. We'll find out when we come back. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery. Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin Modern Windows and Doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Wild Turkey Bourbon Master Distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Patrick Ewing on the video board, getting the fans fired up at the Mecca. 11:46 left in Game 4. It's a 15-point Spurs lead, but they led by 29 about a quarter ago. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Successful challenge for the Knicks. The ball was out of bounds off of Wembanyama, so New York ball from left to right. Brunson, McBride, Shamet, Anunoby, and Robinson on the floor. Towns has 4 fouls. Brunson, high side wing, dribbles around Champagnie, left elbow, out to the far corner for a McBride 3. Off the side of the backboard, he's 0 for 4.
I think Wembanyama might have got a piece of that one.
That's the most likely scenario. Johnson on the right side will drive baseline, met by Brunson underneath, had to dribble it back out to the wing as Bridges is set to check in. Harper now on the right side, spins on McBride, middle of the paint, layup is good, off glass and then kissed the front rim and through. 17-point lead. Think about these big comeback attempts. Is every basket from San Antonio, you look up and, man, you're looking at a pretty big deficit after they got it down to 15. Just 1 minute gone by in the fourth quarter, though. Brunson slipped pass to Robinson at the foul line. Not exactly in his range, so he hands to Anunoby, who throws a lob to Robinson, and he rattled it out. It would have been a real tough catch and finish, and he couldn't put it through. Now it's Fox up top behind the back dribble. Lobs one to Wembanyama, tried to tip it in with his back to the rim. Missed the first, got the second try. Then it was a foul on Anunoby on a third putback, and he'll get to the free throw line for 2.
The degree of difficulty on the alley-oop of Mitchell Robinson, to your point, is there. But man, as you were just setting up what it requires in terms of trying to close the gap and make a comeback, that play would have been energizing. Instead, on the other end, you end up giving up a foul and sending Victor Wembanyama to the free throw line. Not exactly the swing you need, sixth man.
2 free throws for Wembanyama at the basket, 2 are left. It's 92-75. Make it 93-75 San Antonio. McBride will come out. Bridges will come in. And I guess the only big question left is how long do you wait to reinsert Karl Anthony Towns? He's only played 16 minutes with his 4 fouls tonight.
I mean, Towns has literally had the nightmare sort of performance in terms of those foul troubles, but you just talked him up. Looks like he's heading to the bench.
I think you have to. I think if he's got 5 fouls, you got to bring him in at this point as Wembanyama rattles out the second free throw. 10:34 left in this fourth quarter. Knicks trying to take a 3-1 series lead. Brunson slips into the lane, met by Wembanyama. Lollipops a pass to the right corner, and Shamet strong arms a 3. Picked up by Champagnie. Shamet, 1 for his last 9 from downtown at home in these finals. Harper on the right side, a catch and shoot triple. In and out over Bridges. That one halfway down. That would have made it a 21-point lead. Knicks can't afford to fall behind by much more. Down 18. Alley-oop from Brunson to Robinson. Pass was too tall. Rebound tipped out to Brunson by Anunoby. And Bridges short rims a left wing 3, or left corner 3, as we get to the final 10 minutes of regulation. Spurs ball up 18. Fox dribbling to the far side angle. Alley-oop to Wembanyama. He got pushed by Shamet.
Got to give that one up, though.
And instead of an easy dunk for
got to give that one up.
It's an inbound coming for San Antonio as Towns will check into the game. Again, it was 29 points in San Antonio's favor. Knicks got it down to 15 at the end of the third, holding the Spurs to just 14 points in that quarter. But now their offense has gone quiet. They have not scored yet in this fourth with 9:46 still to go.
Well, they've had 2 looks toward the rim versus Mitchell Robinson that have just been empty, and usually Mitchell Robinson is good on those plays.
Alvarado will come into the game for Shamit. Towns is in for Robinson. Wembanyama's got Brunson on him, so it takes 2 long steps toward the lane. Missed a layup. Putback wouldn't go either. But the third try, a shot only Wemby can make.
Seriously, he catches his offensive rebound with one hand and just puts it back.
He was falling down. He just kind of scooped it in off balance. Back to a 20-point lead. Knicks need a bucket here. 9:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Bridges right angle all the way to the far corner for an Alvarado 3. It's good.
Dramatic.
And when I say it touched every part of the rim, it hit every inch of the iron off the backboard, in and out and back in again. It is a 17-point game. 95-78 San Antonio. 9 minutes left. Wembanyama
on the floor.
Tipped in an alley-oop pass and took a hit from Alvarado, but it is not an and one. Instead, it is a foul on the floor. No basket, no free throw, sideline inbound. And that feels like a break for the Knicks.
If this is going to happen, it's about to be one of the more magical runs that the Knicks managed to pull off. The Spurs obviously a very different unit than what the opportunity provided when the Cleveland Cavaliers were here and the Knicks were in a similar position.
In that game, they were down 22 with 7.5 to go. They're in a better position in this game, and another Wembanyama alley-oop try is missed. Came loose to Wemby for a moment, but Towns forced it free. Knicks ball from left to right, down 17. Bridges streaking inside, hits a left-hand layup off a great bounce pass from Josh Hart. And Mitch Johnson will take a timeout. It's back to a 15-point game with 8:43 remaining.
Every basket matters. That time, efficiency is the name of the game. It's been such a hard night in terms of the Knicks trying to get out and get some of those fast break opportunities or secondary break opportunities, but that one is both energizing and easy. The Knicks have 11 fast break points total tonight.
They have been down by at least 15 points since the first quarter. If they're the next team to score, they'll finally get below that threshold, down 95-80. It has been an absolute grinder for the Knicks tonight in Game 4, hoping to avoid a second consecutive loss at home, as the home teams in the finals are still winless. And with 8:43 left in the fourth quarter, they are back once again within 15. 27 for Brunson, 25 for Anunoby. Nobody else has more than 8, which is Karl Anthony Towns' total. Can they hold off Wembanyama with 22 and Harper with 21? New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings. For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
95-80. Spurs lead the Knicks, 8:43 left in the fourth quarter of Game 4. Knicks have a 2-1 series lead in the 2026 NBA Finals. They've had 2 impressive crunch time wins already. This one would be unheard of. From down 29, they've made it a ball game again. They've got Alvarado on the floor with Brunson, Hart, Bridges, and Towns. Spurs ball from right to left. Vassell passes to the left wing for Wembanyama, defended by Cat. Jab step right, dribble left, pulls up for a long mid-range jumper, missed it very short. Rebound Brunson, Johnson took it away from behind.
I don't know, I couldn't tell if this happened, but somebody usually is giving your guard a heads up that somebody's behind you in that situation.
That's a turnover that you don't often see at the NBA level, as Jalen Brunson fouls Stephon Castle at midcourt, 8:07 left in the fourth quarter. Just the second turnover for Brunson. Fourth team foul on the Knicks, so they no longer have any to give. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Harper, far side mid-range, sends a pass left point for Castle. Left-hand dribble toward the baseline, steps back toward the near corner for a tough 2, and he airballs it at the end of the shot clock. And the Knicks will take over, down 15, 7:53 remaining.
It would have been better served for the Knicks to grab that ball and just go. At least they have a chance to be down a man as Castle was in the corner defensively.
Remember, the key from Monday's loss was to limit points off turnovers?
Yeah.
Knicks have even more tonight than they did in Game 3, 22 against 21. Alvarado to the right side wing, backing up on Wembanyama. Towns has Johnson underneath, and they do get it to him out wide on the left wing. Pump fakes, drives, steps back for a far corner 3, and connects! A ridiculous shot from Karl Anthony Towns. He winds up on the ground in the lap of a few Spurs coaches. No call, 12-point game.
His defense has to stay tight.
There goes Castle on the left side drive, missed a layup, but he got fouled. They're going to call the Towns shot a 2-pointer. The box score says a 2, and now it's updated to a 3. I thought he had his foot behind the line, and even though he's got, I think, size 20s, he had it right. It's an 8-0 Knick run. They're back within officially 12 points.
Even though that's a big-time shot by Karl Anthony Towns, everything for the Knicks offensively has just been so very difficult. This last foul looks like it was popped to Jose Alvarado, fortunately for the Knicks. The Spurs will be shooting the rest of the way, so they're going to have to really do their best to defend without fouling.
At the basket to our left, Castle rose in the free throw. Towns, with that crazy 3, just scored his first points in a fourth quarter in these NBA Finals.
And again, as we acknowledge that stat pregame, the context matters so much because he has not been able to find a rhythm in the previous 3 quarters.
13-point lead for the Spurs, 7:14 left. OG Anunoby will check in. And Stephon Castle, those 2 clutch game-sealing free throws at the end of Game 3. He's 3 for 3 tonight, and now 82% in the postseason. In the regular season, Castle just 72%. I'm sure a lot of UConn Husky fans will tell you he raises his game when the pressure gets highest. Another free throw is up and in. 97-83. It is a 14-point San Antonio lead.
Knicks just can't get this thing to 10. I keep looking to see if they could do it, and the Spurs have just been so steady in the second half.
Anunoby left corner, buries a 3 over Harper. It's the 6th three-pointer for Anunoby, matching a playoff career high. It's an 11-point game.
Those corner 3s is something he specialized in during the course of the regular season.
Harper losing his balance in midcourt, threw a pass away to Anunoby. He'll get it to Brunson. A chance to bring it to single digits. Anunoby left wing, steps back, Towns far corner, pump fake and a baseline drive on Wembanyama. Underneath, righty floater is good. It's a 9-point game. They've taken 20 points off the deficit. And they got an eternity left to finish the comeback, 6.5 to go.
A 13-2 run has helped them get here. The 2 being important because this defense is showing up.
Alvarado fouled Castle on a strong drive left side. It was tough to see for some fans, but he reached around him and smacked him in the back, so Castle will get 2 more foul shots. Towns with 5 in the quarter, and Anunoby with 28 for the game. That's the game high. And back-to-back 28-point games for OG Anunoby.
Jose, okay, yes, OG Anunoby has been fantastic, but this play by Alvarado, I'm not sure what his intention was here. He does a great job of moving his feet usually. I'm not sure why that left arm gets wrapped around. Now, I wonder if Castle is a little bit out of control.
Castle makes another one.
Man, oh man.
10-point game. Harper's coming out. De'Aaron Fox is coming in. Former clutch player of the year who had one of the several daggers down the stretch from San Antonio. Castle gets 2 more. You can't put him on the line. 6 for 6. That's where more than half of his points have come from. 99-88. Knicks down 11. 6:20 to go, fourth quarter in game 4. Knicks from left to right. Alvarado, a high screen for Brunson. Matchup with Champagnie right wing. Crosses him over to the foul line, all the way to the rim. Left-hand layup. No, but a foul.
The Knicks will have an opportunity to cut this deficit without the clock moving. You couldn't ask for a better scenario than that. Brunson so far tonight, 7 of 9 from the free throw line.
That is the first foul on San Antonio in the quarter, but more importantly, the 5th on Stephon Castle.
That's a big one in terms of the individual statistic for sure.
And it's crazy, a guy who's 2 of 7 from the field, you really want out of the game if you're a Knicks fan. His two-way impact has been incredible as Brunson gets the free throw to make it a 10-point game again. It was during game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, not quite when they were down 22, but heading toward that fourth quarter, there was that clip that circulated about Brunson rallying the troops, and his basic message, at least what he told reporters, was, I just wanted us to keep fighting, even if we didn't come back to win the game, just to build something heading into game 2. Well, they've built enough to at least make this a 9-point game as Brunson gets both. Champagnie right wing, a catch and shoot 3, missed it wide right. Rebound Alvarado. Final 6 minutes. Knicks ball down 9. Brunson up top, inside out dribble, lost it. Castle took it away right into the hands of Fox. To the far corner, Vassell, the hottest shooter on the court. Can't hit this time from the far side. Rebound Towns. He's got 9.
The Knicks have to stop turning the basketball over. They've gotten really lucky, but they have to stop this late.
2 from Brunson in this fourth quarter. But 29 points, that's the game high. Towns right wing, pump fakes on Wembanyama, steps back to the top of the arc, pump fake again, throws an elbow at Wemby, no call. Right side, Brunson slips to the paint, right hand bank shot is good. He had 3 Spurs around him but scored anyway. 7-point game, 5:16 to go.
And this is why the presence of Karl Anthony Towns is so important, because Victor Wembanyama was at the top of the key instead of in the paint, allowing Jalen Brunson to get that finish.
And now the Garden reaches a level that only the Garden can reach. These fans are going berserk. 5 minutes left in game 4. Fox steps back, left elbow jumper, can't hit. Rebound tipped by Wemby, out of bounds. Knicks ball down 7.
So that basket by Fox, folks will remember, was the same one that he got late in game 3. And Anunoby does, again, a really good job of defending. But these Spurs, I got to give them their credit. When they get downhill and sort of stop on a dime, it's really tough for defenders to hang tight.
4:45 left. Brunson left wing, defended by Wembanyama. Now Castle comes to double team. Towns up top. Alvarado right wing. Kicks it far corner. Anunoby wide open 3. Got it! Timeout San Antonio. From 29 points down, the Knicks have made this a 4-point game with a 20-9 advantage in the fourth quarter.
As we've heard them say throughout this series, the job is not done yet. And this place is elated, but they are still trailing by 4 points with 4.5 minutes to go in this ball game. This timeout has to be about continuing the defense that has held this Spurs team to just 9 points in the quarter and continuing to take and make good shots. But the one thing they do have, without a doubt, is built-in expectation that they can navigate these late game moments based on what they've done and what they have done in this postseason.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn how you can save big when you bundle your Fios home internet and mobile plans. Only at Verizon. Of course, the timeout was called by San Antonio. They've got 2 left. The Knicks have 3 left.
That's a big swing when you look at scoring in this one. Shout out to our statistician, Tyler Freed. 76 first half points for these San Antonio Spurs, but just 23 second half points for those same San Antonio Spurs. Ask me why that's happening, LT.
Why is that happening, Monica?
Because the Knicks defense has finally shown up in fantastic fashion. And I will add, too, as much as you think about Karl Anthony Towns as an offensive weapon, right? What do you mean, it was a stupid question? It's energized. It was an exercise. Just go with it. Anyway.
You said they're playing good defense? Yeah. I could have come up with that.
Well, duh. It was an easy question. It was a lob. You could have said that. Anyway, the point is, though, people will highlight Karl Anthony Towns and his offense, but it's also his defense in this one and his defensive rebounding in particular that have helped the Knicks find momentum to close this gap.
Excellent analysis, Monica.
Thank you. I just want to break it down very plainly.
4.5 to go, fourth quarter. 2-possession game, if you can believe it. Spurs still have the ball and the lead from right to left. Wembanyama, hands on the right wing to Fox, spins away from Anunoby, foul line, dotted line, kick it left wing, Vassell, pump fake at the stripe, passes left for Fox, and he drills a 3 over Karl Anthony Towns to silence the crowd. 7-point game, 4:06 to go.
That's the 4-3 for De'Aaron Fox. You got to keep playing. There's a lot of ball left to play. The Spurs are not done scoring.
In the front court right, Brunson to the near wing. Up top, Alvarado. Foul line, crossover, spins on Champagne, gets to the rim, and a right-hand layup against his high school rival. 5-point game. 3:40 left. Jose Alvarado closing a finals game with his hometown team. Wembanyama top of the circle, long 2 is good. The jump shots are falling again for San Antonio.
Yeah, they are.
7-point lead.
And these are shots that are very similar to shots that they have missed late at home in that game 2 or that they closed with in game 3.
3:18 to go. Brunson double team far sideline. Bounce pass to Alvarado. Now Towns right wing. Back to Alvarado. Passes left for Brunson. Sets a screen. Double team. Alvarado left wing. A catch and shoot 3. It's good! Jose Alvarado, the biggest 3 of his life. It's a 4-point game. Final 3 minutes in game 4.
Christ the King's own Jose Alvarado coming up big in this one.
He's got 2 tonight. He had missed 9 of his previous 10. Anunoby tipped a dribble to the backcourt from Fox, who picked it up. Spurs ball. Up 4 and a 3 from Fox. Misses short. Rebound hit the baseline. It was saved by Champagne, but a second too late. The Knicks will take over down 4 with 2:42 to go.
Time and score is critical here. The Knicks have done a good job of moving Victor Wembanyama away from the paint. Or, as that last shot was demonstrated by Jose Alvarado, just hitting big-time baskets.
He has 8 points in this fourth quarter, Jose Alvarado. Brunson's got 4 and the ball. 2.5 to go, 104-100 San Antonio. Brunson right side, steps back on Wembanyama. Right corner, Alvarado bounces it right back to Brunson. To the near sideline, Brunson steps into a 3 and connects! Jalen Brunson makes it a 1-point game with 2:17 to go.
Wow, Captain Clutch. Oh, over Victor Wembanyama. I'm stuck on that one.
The Garden is going berserk. 2:04 left. Fox turned it over, past the midcourt. Hart will take it to the rim, and he missed the layup that would have given the Knicks the lead.
He was somewhere between a dunk and a layup. Oh, man, so uncharacteristic of Josh Hart.
Off the back rim, Wembanyama down the lane, took a hit from Anunoby, missed the layup. But Josh Hart, he's helped to his feet after defending that play, and he's in disbelief. That would have given the Knicks their first lead of the game. A gift from De'Aaron Fox, who was caught in midair at the near sideline, threw a desperation pass right to midcourt, and Josh Hart was waiting for it.
He was, oh man, the indecisiveness at the rim cost you there. That's all right. Here's the thing. I had a coach that used to call it mistake response. Was that a pivotal play potentially? Yeah, big time moment in the game. Yeah, but there's still game left. So how will you respond? How will you respond?
Wembanyama misses the first free throw. Off the back rim, he's 4 of 6 from the line tonight. 24 points, the team high. Brunson has 34. Anunoby, a playoff career high, 31.
The story of this game, the fourth quarter.
Wembanyama misses both. That's off the front rim. 104-103. San Antonio with the lead. 1:41 left in game 4. Brunson taking his time at midcourt. Screen on the left from Towns. Pick and pop. Brunson on Vassell on the high side wing. Now Towns hands back to Brunson. Center court logo. Right wing. Matched up with Castle. 3 to shoot. Brunson to the foul line. Pulls up for a floater. Front rim and in. And the Knicks have their first lead with 1:22 to go in the fourth quarter.
Jalen Brunson continues the lure of his fourth quarter performances with another basket that gives this team a lead. He's got 9.
Fox up top, backing up to midcourt. Left wing, passes to the right side, Vassell. Far corner, Castle, fumbled it, got it back, turns away from Hart, 5 to shoot, baseline drive, muscles Hart out of the way, whistle, and he's out of bounds, left baseline. 1:02 to go. The Knicks have the lead. The Knicks have the ball, and they've got the crowd behind them in game 4.
Time and score, patience, and being smart with the basketball. Jalen Brunson, we mentioned, has 9 points in this fourth quarter. He's done a great job of using a variety of shots to get there.
A 30-point swing in game 4 from down 29 to up 1. 52 seconds left. Brunson at the hash mark far side. Alvarado up top. Looking around, 8 to shoot. He wants to get it to Brunson. Vassell denying. Now he finds Brunson left wing. Baseline drive far side. Spins, met by Fox, reaching in to grab the ball, throws up a wild shot into the shot clock, and it's an air ball and a shot clock violation. De'Aaron Fox with clamps on that basketball. Brunson couldn't tear it away until it was too late. .8 to go in the fourth quarter.
2 timeouts left for each team. Obviously, that's going to be pivotal. The Knicks are looking to go with their defensive lineup here as Mitchell Robinson is coming in on the floor, as is Landry Shamet. Oh, that was a difficult possession. Tough to watch.
They got the ball to Brunson's hand, but
it just took so much to get it there.
Yeah, single digits on the shot clock. And you mentioned the timeouts. Mitch Johnson is going to use one. It gives us time to give you points in the paint. Brought to you by Boost Mobile. The Knicks are outscoring the Spurs 32-28 in the painted area tonight. It's been a story of 3-point shooting, though. Spurs with 17 makes, Knicks with 15. But that was points in the paint. Brought to you by Boost Mobile. Don't overpay. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month. Forever, for life, for real. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds.
So you can bet that Mitch Johnson, the plays that we've seen that the Spurs like late, De'Aaron Fox getting downhill into that pull-up or in a position to distribute. Victor Wembanyama, that it's not a midi, that free throw line extended sort of jump shot, or getting downhill on after he sets a screen as a hard pick and roll, and the Spurs lobbing it up to the rim. It's going to be imperative that the Knicks stay connected defensively, stay sound. They don't want to commit any fouls here, and absolutely take this defensive rebound, something that they've done really well in this fourth quarter.
38.8 remaining. 104 for the San Antonio Spurs is the score that they wound up with in the 1-point win for the Knicks in game 2. In fact, this was the final score in San Antonio the last time we were there. Knicks 105, Spurs 104. And that was the night Victor Wembanyama missed a right elbow jumper over Mitchell Robinson that would have won the game. They're matched up right now on the other elbow toward the near side foul line. Knicks have a defensive lineup out there. Alvarado, Shamet, Hart, Anunoby, and Robinson. Front court left for San Antonio. Inbound from Castle all the way to the backcourt for Fox. They'll bring it across the timeline from right to left. Picked up by Anunoby, top of the key. Right elbow, fadeaway jumper. Missed it off the front rim. Castle the rebound, and he got fouled. He was putting it back toward the rim. The Knicks are over the limit anyway. And with 30 seconds left, the guy we've been hyping up all week for his clutch free throw shooting will have a chance to give the Spurs a lead in game 4 as Hart was racing for that rebound. inadvertently hit Castle, but it's a foul you have to call.
It's spilled milk now at this point, but I actually don't think that ball was going to go in even without the foul.
We just saw Wembanyama miss 2 free throws at this left side basket. Here's the first from Castle. Got it. 7 of 7 from the line. Again, in the regular season, 72%. That's not awful, but for an NBA guard, it's at or below average. But he ties the game at 105. Karl Anthony Towns will come in for Jose Alvarado, so double bigs out there. We haven't seen a whole lot of that in the finals, mostly for rebounding on what they hope is a missed free throw from Castle. It's in the air and through the net again. For the second straight game in these NBA finals, 2 incredibly clutch free throws in the final minute from Stephon Castle, a second-year reigning Rookie of the Year, just 21 years old out of UConn. And the Knicks will take their second-to-last timeout, down 106-105 with 30 seconds to go in Game 4.
So, 6-second difference between shot and game clock. You don't have to rush, but you definitely want to be efficient so you give yourself a chance at an offensive rebound. Now, that's a risky chance because they have 0 offensive rebounds here in the fourth quarter, and you know Victor Wembanyama is going to be out there. You expect the ball to be in Jalen Brunson's hands. You got to set good screens. You want to try to get Victor Wembanyama away from the paint, so this play likely will involve Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson, I would imagine, but we'll have to see.
Each team has 1 timeout remaining. The Spurs still have a foul to give. They also found a way to get the 2-for-1, much like they did in Game 2. But both of their shots in that scenario were missed jump shots by Victor Wembanyama. The inability to get that rebound, the Knicks hope will not come back to haunt them on that missed step back from De'Aaron Fox. 5 on the floor for the Knicks.
Choice. You hear it? Do you hear it?
Final countdown by, I believe, a band called Europe.
You're teaching me something. Great, love it.
We're heading for Venus. Brunson, Hart, Anunoby, Towns, and Jose Alvarado is part of this gotta-have-it potential final offensive possession for the Knicks. Alvarado, 8 points in the fourth quarter. Hart, near sideline inbound to the front court right. Knicks ball down 1. Will it be 3-1 New York or 2-2 going back to San Antonio? Brunson right side, 18 to shoot, 24 to play. Right elbow on Vassell. Pump fake, finds Towns right corner, back to Brunson right wing. He'll drive around Vassell, bank shot in the air, missed it too strong. Rebound batted ahead by Towns into the front court for San Antonio, and Fox has a layup blocked by Anunoby. 9 seconds left, 1 timeout available. Mike Brown not using it. Knicks down by 1, and a whistle and a foul on San Antonio just before it looked like Jose Alvarado was about to go over and back. Now the referees are talking about it. Did the foul happen first, or did Alvarado commit a backcourt violation? 5.7 left in the fourth quarter. 106-105 Spurs, and I believe they're going to review this.
I think they're giving the Knicks the timeout. And it is neither backcourt or a foul.
Okay.
I think. Is that our statistician is saying that is correct.
So the Knicks used their final timeout and a well-timed timeout, as it were. It would not have been free throws either way for San Antonio.
Right, they have one to give.
But Alvarado was dribbling in an adventurous fashion.
That's a great descriptor.
But, of course, he is the reason the Knicks are even in this position.
Well, okay, so, yes, the Knicks have the ball. He has had a great fourth quarter, but credit OG Anunoby for not giving up on that loose ball, getting back to contest the layup by De'Aaron Fox. Partial block, I'm not sure if he got credit for it, but he was there enough to disrupt it.
Okay, they have changed the call to a foul on De'Aaron Fox, and then the Knicks wisely took a timeout. They've got 5.7 seconds left, and they're down by 1.
Wow. Wow. 5.7 away from doing something. It would be something, that's for sure.
It would be historic. It would be unprecedented. Previous biggest comeback in NBA Finals history, as mentioned, the Boston Celtics in 08, 24 points down against the Lakers. That was also Game 4. and that also gave them a 3-1 series lead. Anunoby, far sideline inbound from midcourt. Shamet, Bridges, Brunson, Towns. All it takes is a 2 to make history in New York City. 5.7 left. No timeouts remaining. Anunoby is handed the ball. Finds Brunson at midcourt. Launches a straight-on 3. Missed it short. Tipped by Anunoby. He put it in. Anunoby put it in. The Knicks take the lead with 1.2 to go. Anunoby
It's not
out
over.
of nowhere.
Wow.
Timeout San Antonio. Monica's correct. It is not over at all.
Whoa. But OG Anunoby just complete. He inbounded the ball, so he's loose. Nobody came to him. That's a great call. That's a great play call. He steps in. He's looking like he might have an opportunity to catch and shoot on a 3. He would have been wide open, but the heads-up play to get right to the rim when he sees number 11 going up for the jump shot. Wow. A playoff career high.
33 points for OG Anunoby. And the Knicks, down by 29, found a way to shake it off. And they've got a chance with one more stop to pull off the biggest comeback in NBA Finals history. 1.2 left. Fourth quarter. Will there be redemption for Victor Wembanyama, who could not score in this very spot in Game 2?
Wow. Okay, so the Knicks likely are going all defensive lineup here. And Mitchell Robinson came up with 2 huge stops in San Antonio. Can he and that lineup duplicate those results? This team. Now, obviously, with 1.2, the ball is going toward the rim with Victor Wembanyama. I'd hate to see this thing end on free throws.
I think the NBA would agree. Don't often see whistles in spots like this. 1.2 to go. Harper handed the ball at the left sideline, front court. Not handed it quite yet. Courtney Kirkland's giving him a lecture. Towns, the 7-footer, defending the inbound.
This is partly home court advantage, as those fans have the right to stand and be as engaged as they'd like on that baseline.
Bridges on Vassell, Hart on Castle, Robinson on Wembanyama, pass toward the middle, caught by Castle, dropped by Castle, his shot is blocked by Hart, and the New York Knicks just pulled off the biggest comeback win in NBA Finals history. From down 29, they take a 3-1 series lead, stunning the Spurs, 107-106.
Soak it up, New York. This team continues to be and demonstrate that they are a team of destiny. It's been 2 years of the phrase, we will find a way. And man, add more history to the books. Overcoming a 29-point hole in front of these fans, these New York Knicks fans at home who deserve to be able to celebrate with their team. And as euphoric as this is, I'm going to be the one to say it, job's not done.
9:40 left in the third quarter. It was 81-52. The Knicks were down by 29 points. But if there's one team, maybe in all of NBA history, if there's one team that you can't count out, it's the 2026 playoff edition of the New York Knicks. And if you're surprised, we understand. But if you're completely shocked, I don't know what to tell you, because this team has proven they're capable of special things. And we just saw the most incredible achievement from a team trailing in an NBA Finals in the history of this league.
I got to take a deep breath, partner.
The final score, Monica, while you take that breath, is Knicks 107, Spurs 106. And it's brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Gift yourself some summer savings at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event with great deals on a capable Kia SUV. Kia, movement that inspires.
Whoa. Now time for the sweet victory moment of the game, brought to you by Calandra's Bakery. OG Anunoby, playoff career high, an incredible putback to give the Knicks the lead and a 3-1 lead in these finals. That was without a doubt the sweet victory moment of the game, brought to you by Calandra's Bakery. Calandra's Bakery, just as 4 simple ingredients and still made by hand since 1962. Available fresh daily at your local supermarket.
Jose Alvarado firing up the crowd at midcourt. Let's see if we can hear it.
In that locker room, because that first half, there was a sense of confusion about what was happening offensively. What did you guys talk about in that locker room to turn this game around?
Stay together. You know, chop it down, chop the lead down, and most important, stay together and stay confident, and that's what we did.
1 game away from an NBA title. What is the mindset now heading to San Antonio?
Go to San Antonio and go get another win. That's what the mindset right now is. Stay together, stay together.
Incredible. Thank you for the time. Congratulations on the win.
Not much else to say, Monica, but we'll give you the final word before Pat O'Keefe takes over for our Sun Cruiser Knicks postgame show.
Jose Alvarado just now had the same look in his eyes as Mikal Bridges back in Game 2 in San Antonio. This has been incredible. All of the stats indicate that, yes, this team is that good. 1 win away, and the next one is going to be the toughest to get. But boy, has this group demonstrated that they are built for it.
107-106. The Knicks have their second 1-point win of what's going to go down in history, even if it ends in 5, as one of the greatest NBA finals we have ever seen. And the Knicks hugging each other. Karl Anthony Towns, it felt like relief when he was hugging his teammates out there. Rick Brunson, big smile on his face. Work still to be done, but there's no secret how much this game meant to both teams. 29-point deficit erased, and a 1-point win for the Knicks that will go down in NBA history. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today. Hey, New York basketball fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time,